graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel. Get out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too. And that way you will know when we do go live. We go live for Sixers basketball, Phillies baseball, and Eagles football on this channel. Well, you know what, man? I was watching the Flyers game earlier today. What a win that they had against the Edmonton Oilers. That was really awesome. You know, they go up against Connor McDavid, and they're able to get a win. Vladar looked really good. But you know what, man? I'm ready for my Sixers. I mean, it would just be so nice for Philadelphia to get themselves another W today and just kick your feet up and enjoy the rest of your Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Especially out at MSG, where the New York Knicks have Jalen Brunson. Now, obviously, they're missing some guys tonight. There is no Karl-Anthony Towns. Josh Hart is out as well. But they really... This is a game where I just really expect the Philadelphia 76ers just to go out there and compete at a very high level against this New York Knicks team. This is one of those games where the Knicks came off of a bad loss against the Atlanta Hawks. They really had a bad effort, and that was one of their worst efforts of the season. They started off really bad. They ended up coming back in the fourth quarter, and they made it pretty close, but just the whole story of that game was that the New York Knicks just started really behind the A ball, and they just were not. They were pretty lackadaisical in the first couple of quarters, and they were playing down to their opponent. So the Philadelphia 76ers tonight need to go out there and make a statement at Madison Square Garden, and I think that it all starts with Tyrese Maxey. But before I talk a little bit more about Tyrese Maxey, I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. I want you guys to comment what your final score predictions are down below, and let me know who your players of the game are. Yes, we got David over here. We got Hardcore for All on here as well. Memberships, Hardcore, man, I appreciate that. If you guys do want to become a member, it is $2.99 a month. You guys are more than welcome to click on that link down below. Dexter is also here. How do I say that? Machiavelli is over here as well. Shout out to you. If you guys want to follow on all the socials, you're more than welcome to click on the link tree as well. As far as tonight's game goes for the Philadelphia 76ers, I said that it all starts with Tyrese Maxey. I expect that Tyrese is going to get double-teamed a lot of the time, and that the New York Knicks are going to provide a lot of pressure on him in the half-court sets. And so my big thing about Tyrese tonight is how does he navigate through those double teams, and which players are really going to step up to the occasion, because there's going to be times where Tyrese is just going to have to pass the ball, and other guys are really just going to have to step up. So I just, you know, if you statistically see that Tyrese Maxey's stats are a little bit low tonight, I mean, just the one thing that you have to realize is that the New York Knicks, because he's playing at an MVP level, I mean, this is the type of attention that he's going to start getting. And I love Tyrese Maxey. He's really quick. He's really fast. But I just feel like that this is the type of game where even without Josh Hart, where he's going to get a lot of attention. And I would really like to try to see Paul George get some points on the board. I'm sure that he's going to be getting some open looks. I would like to see him knock down shots. He's been really streaky overall this year, but when he does get the looks, he's able to cash them on in. I did not talk about the big fella. and I would talk about him right now. This is a game where I really would like to see Joel just take advantage of Mitchell Robinson. Get him into foul trouble, please, because then they're going to have to go to OG Anunoby as their backup 5, and he's going to have to slide down there, and then you're just basically going to have Mike Brown play a game of chess. That's essentially what's going to happen. So Mitchell Robinson would really like to see him try to get into foul trouble tonight, and Joel Embiid for him to just go out there and attack, especially when Tyrese Maxey is just getting a lot of attention. I think that you're going to have to see a nice game from Joel Embiid tonight, and he's going to be continuing to play really good basketball down low on the block, and he'll also hit some mid-range jump shots as well. Joel has played really well over the last couple of games. There's no doubt about it. He's played a lot better. I would not say that he's back to an MVP level, but I'm very impressed with how he has looked out there. His physique looks a lot better. He also is conditioned pretty well, but I want him to just continue to get as many touches as he can, and I want the team to just try to get him involved on the offense, especially if Maxey's going to be getting a lot of attention. This also brings up an interesting point today about the big lineup, right? When do the Sixers go big tonight is going to be something that I'm really curious about seeing. And when do they go small? I would say that when Deuce McBride is out there and the Knicks go to their guard lineup, they go to their small guys, I would say that that's when the 76ers need to do the same thing. But that obviously depends on where they are in the game, who's hot, who's cold. All those things do matter. But unfortunately, I don't have all the access to all the advanced analytics in the world, so I can't always see how the Sixers do against, how they do lineup based. But what I do know from the eye test is that the 3-guard lineup in general has been working so much better lately. And Nick Nurse has been pressing the right buttons, especially over these last couple of games. So something that I'm looking for in tonight's game is that. When do they go big? When do they go small? And how do they match up against this New York Knicks team, especially when Jalen Brunson, and we haven't talked about him, started a little bit late, but Jalen Brunson is going to draw contact. He's going to go to the line. So how is Nick Nurse going to provide counter punches? Who's going to guard Jalen? If VJ Edgecombe, God forbid, starts to get into foul trouble early on, who steps up and who fills in for whoever's defending Jalen Brunson then? These are all things that I'm looking for, and this is sort of a test for the 76ers tonight. And that's where I stand. But yes, all right, so let's get the final score predictions. Let's talk about that right now. Hardcore says he's going to go 124-117 Knicks, not the Sixers. Ooh, man. Okay, 124-117 Knicks. I mean, unfortunately, I could definitely see that happening, especially because this Knicks team has lost 2 games in a row. They lost a heartbreaker against the San Antonio Spurs, and they gave them a pretty good run, and the Spurs were just able to pull away from that game. And they didn't play so well against the Atlanta Hawks, so they probably will have a little chip on their shoulder and get a little edge that way. But if the Sixers are able to come out here with a win, you have to be very satisfied with that result. Who else do we got? Joel will have a good game. Last game against, last game versus the Knicks was in New York. I need them to go off. I need them to have a really good night. What's up, Blue? How are you doing, my friend? Happy New Year to you too, man. That's really where I stand. So basically, my main keys for tonight's game, they got to do a good job rebounding the ball. If Tyrese is going to be getting double teamed, somebody else just needs to step up, and guys need to have each other's backs. They're going to definitely put more bodies on VJ Edgecombe. They left VJ wide open for a lot of shots the last time that the Knicks played against the Sixers, so you do expect that there's going to be an adjustment there. So will Paul George step up, or is VJ Edgecombe still going to be a factor, and is he going to attack? I don't know. We just have to wait and see how things go in that department. But Sixers 18-14. The Knicks, of course, 23-11 on the season, led by Jalen Brunson, who's averaging 29.2 points per game and 6.5 assists per game as well. Also, another factor, too, that we really didn't get to talk about is OG Anunoby, right? Because there's no Karl-Anthony Towns tonight, which person for the New York Knicks is gonna step up, and how are the Sixers going to be able to close out against OG and also Mikal Bridges, too? That's something that I'm sort of thinking about as well. Those are all questions, and we just have to wait and see how things do work in that department. OG in the last game actually had 19 points, and he had 10 rebounds in the contest against the Atlanta Hawks. He did get into some foul trouble, though, so you're wondering in the 35 minutes that he played if he's going to shoot the ball better. He didn't have the best shooting night. He was 5 for 13 from the field and 1 for 6 from downtown. So how's he going to do? I don't know. I really don't, but we shall wait and see, and I'm ready to get things started. Longball says, we need a win tonight. He's a Knicks fan. He says, we've been playing sloppy without Cat, Robinson, and Hart. Yeah, it's a big game for you too, man. I hear you loud and clear. Guys, we are 13 subscribers away from getting to the 8,200 marker. John's tuning on in from Florida. Shout out to John. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm really excited to be here, and I'm really happy to see you guys, and I cannot wait. I can't wait for this game to get started. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. Sixers and Knicks aren't the only game that's going on in the NBA. You also got the Hawks taking on the Toronto Raptors at 7:30. At 8 o'clock, it'll be Charlotte against Chicago. And then you got the Spurs hosting the Portland Trailblazers at 8 o'clock as well. The Battle of Texas, the Houston Rockets taking on the Dallas Mavericks. That game is at 8:30. And then you got the Utah Jazz taking on the Golden State Warriors at 10 o'clock. The Boston Celtics are also out in L.A. at the Intuit Dome. And that game will occur at 10:30. All right, so we are just about ready to get things started. They just came back on the NBC Sports coverage. They returned from the break. And so, therefore, we should see the starting lineups in just a little bit. Here's the injury report for tonight. No Kelly Oubre Jr. still out with that knee sprain. Trendon Watford still dealing with the adductor strain as well. They actually did participate in practices, though, and that is a good sign. Josh Hart dealing with an ankle sprain, and Karl-Anthony Towns out tonight due to an illness. All right, so here is the starting five for both teams. We'll get to the New York Knicks first. They got Jalen Brunson at the 1, Mikal Bridges at the 2, OG Anunoby at the 3. I don't know why they said that Karl-Anthony Towns is over at the 4, and Mitchell Robinson is at the 5. Tyrese Maxey for the 76ers is at the 1, VJ Edgecombe at the 2, Paul George at the 3, Dominic Barlow at the 4, and Paul George at the 3, Dominic Barlow at the 4, and Joel Embiid is at the 5. Okay. Did Cat is Cat actually playing in tonight's game? Did they just they said that he was out with an illness before. I remember seeing that. But on NBC Sports, they said that he is going to play in tonight's game. Karl-Anthony Towns was warming up with the Knicks assistant. Oh, man. Okay. He is playing. How about that? Huh. Well, my mistake. They just announced it. He is playing tonight. So they have Karl-Anthony Towns and Mitchell Robinson in tonight's game. Okay. So Joel Embiid and Mitchell Robinson are going to go out there for the jump ball. As the Sixers are in their blue and white uniforms, the Knicks are in their white, orange, and blue unis. And here we go. Knicks end up winning the tip-off, and they will move from right to left. All righty. Jalen Brunson has it over at the top of the key. You see VJ Edgecombe on him. And another three, or the first three that's attempted is a three-pointer by Mikal Bridges, and that one is no good. All right, so let's make sure that we update this and put the box score on. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. All right, Here's George on an attempt for an elbow J, and that one won't go, as the rebound belongs to the New York Knicks. We mentioned this before, that the Knicks lost their last 2 games. They lost to the Atlanta Hawks. That game was last night. And here's a 3 that's up, and that's good, as the New York Knicks get Mikal Bridges a tray from straight away. All right, so it's a 3-0 Knicks lead. OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson out there for New York. Here's Embiid with a fadeaway 2, and he got it to go. Good defense, just better offense for Joel Hans Embiid, and the Sixers are on the board. Let's go. All right, here's Barlow trying to play defense all over Karl-Anthony Towns. And they'll pass it over to Bridges, another corner 3, and that one won't go. Embiid tips it over to Barlow, and there's another rebound for the Philadelphia 76ers as Edgecombe tries to drive it into the basket. He puts up a shot, but a personal foul is called on Brunson right before the shot went up. It was supposed to be a layup, and Brunson just got him right on the elbows. And he throws his hands up saying, I don't know if I fouled him. Sixers did win their last game against the New York Knicks. It was 116-107. That was the final score of that game. So Maxey will inbound it over to Embiid, and now Tyrese Maxey has the rock. Mikal Bridges has been guarding him so far a lot of the time on defense in the first quarter. George wants to ISO, steps back, takes an elbow J, and he gets it to go. Paul George knocking down a step-back fadeaway jumper over OG Anunoby. It was a good shot. He got it off. That was nice. Brunson down underneath the basket, nearly threw it away. Karl-Anthony Towns gets it over on the corner, and he initiates the contact. No whistles called, though, and Maxey gets the rebound off of the missed 2. Barlow on a drive to the basket. He puts it up, and he's fouled in the act of shooting. And he'll get up, and he'll go on over to the line. All right, so final score predictions. For those of you that are just tuning on in for the first time, I want to hear what your final score predictions are. Drop them down below in the chat. You know me, I'm rooting for both teams. Thanks to you, brother. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. Shout out to you. You're the best. All right, 4-3 Sixers as Barlow's first free throw. That one goes up, and in and out it goes. Barlow's been struggling a little bit over his last couple of games. The last game that he played against Dallas, he ended up fouling out of the game and only played in 18 minutes. And had 5 points, only 1 rebound, which is not like him. He does connect on the second foul shot, and Philadelphia is up by 2. Excellent. JC says, I'm tuning in from Erie, PA. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, 5-3 76ers. They lead it by 2. Karl-Anthony Towns backing his defender down. That was VJ Edgecombe, and now he has Embiid, and he's going to pass it. That's just a bounce pass over to OG Anunoby in the dunker spot, and he ties the game at 5 on a two-handed slam. OG Anunoby set free, and the Sixers couldn't close him out. Embiid back to Maxey at the top of the key. Maxey's being guarded heavily again by Bridges, but here comes a screen by Embiid. That certainly helps. Maxey gets space, lets it fly. Can't connect, though, as it goes in and out. And Jalen Brunson snags the board for New York as New York tries to go up by 2 points, as Brunson's floater is no good. Sixers do get a rebound. I thought that they actually defended him pretty well on that play, and Brunson had a tough shot to take there. Embiid trying to backpedal his way down low, but he kicks it out to Maxey for a wide-open 3, but they say that he stepped out of bounds, and we're going to have a turnover on the Philadelphia 76ers. He missed the shot anyways. They actually say that it was Dominic Barlow who committed an illegal screen, and that's what it was. Excuse me. And they call offensive foul instead, not a turnover on Maxey. Here's Brunson working around the screen again, gets past Tyrese Maxey, initiates the contact as Maxey gets back in front of him. He makes the 2, and Maxey fouls him, and Jalen Brunson is going to go to the line for one more. He's complaining to the referee, and Jalen Brunson able to just do a good job initiating the contact, and he'll try to get an and one to go. 7-5 New York. Brunson this year averaging 3.3 rebounds per game, 29.2 points per game as well. and 6.5 assists. He's now 29 years old. He'll be 30 at the end of August. And Brunson's and one is no good, and Tyrese Maxey gets a little bit of revenge there and catches the miss. And Maxey will just lob it inside over to Embiid on the low block again. Joel Embiid gets the ball deflected by Robinson, stolen by OG Anunoby. Here he comes. George plays actually really good defense on him, and Embiid goes up for the rebound off of the missed floater by OG Anunoby, and a foul called against the New York Knicks. How about that defense by Paul George? That was pretty awesome. Mitchell Robinson got called for a loose ball foul as Embiid did tumble to the deck. So the Sixers trail by 2. Good defense by each team so far, and the offense really just has not been going for either team. They've been making some tough shots. Maxey turns the ball over, tried to bounce pass it over to Embiid. The steal came by New York, and the ball was almost turned over again as Brunson tries to go up with a floater inside, and that one's no good. Maxey gets the outlet pass from Joel Embiid. Maxey's floater, no. Barlow on the finish and gets the flush, and we're tied at 7. Thought the offensive rebound was there to just scoop it up, gobble it down. Here's OG Anunoby running down Broadway, parts the Red Sea, and he throws it down again. Another two-handed jam by OG Anunoby. 9-7 Knicks. Maxey to Edgecombe, working his way down low. Not once, but twice. He got the offensive rebound over Karl-Anthony Towns, and we're tied again at 9. VJ Edgecombe, Bridges trying to go up with a step back J at the foul line, and he can't connect there. Edgecombe catches his miss. Paul George backing down his defender. That's OG Anunoby. He'll try to take it over to the baseline. Spins, turns, puts up a floater, and he got it. A spin-around, turnaround floater by PG. Good defense, better offense by Philadelphia. And Paul George with his second field goal of the game. Brunson working his way down low. Puts up a tough 2 over VJ Edgecombe, and he makes it look easy. My gosh, it's like watching 2K when you're playing really good defense, but the shot is green anyways. Joel Embiid down low on the block, working against Mitchell Robinson. He puts up a 2-and-1. This is the Joel Embiid that we've been used to seeing over the last couple of years. He's been really physical so far in this game. He's going toe-to-toe with Mitchell Robinson, and he's showing flashes of greatness. Once again, the Knicks are going to take a timeout. Mitchell Robinson got called for the shooting foul. It's a 13-11 Sixers lead with 6:27 to go in the first quarter. Lou, what's up? Louis says it's going to be a tough one tonight. I want the Sixers to win, of course, but I think that the Knicks will take it. I think that the Sixers are going to win this game. I really do. I didn't really talk about it during the pregame show, but I really believe that the Sixers are going to win, even though Karl-Anthony Towns is playing in tonight's game, and they didn't report it until a couple of minutes before the game, and I apologize about that. But anyhow, I still think that the Philadelphia 76ers can do this. But now the game plan changes, right? Because you're going to see more lineups where the Knicks go very big. So maybe we see more of the Adem-Bona Joel Embiid combo at times. And as the game plays out, can't wait to see how that looks. But yeah, 13-11, so far a good start. Both teams were playing really physical defense. And then it just felt like that while they were still playing pretty good defense, I thought that both teams were making really tough shots. I mean, you saw Jalen Brunson take a baseline jumper from about 10 feet, and VJ Edgecombe has his hand up, and his hand is literally in his face, and he still makes it. And then meanwhile, Edgecombe on the other side runs down the lane and missed the little floater, but he gets the rebound over Karl-Anthony Towns and just lays it back up and in. It's just awesome. What's up, JJ? Says David Jones. What's going on, man? Shout out to you. Vincent is also here. 112-106 because of the Knicks home record. I hear you. I hear you. They're 15-3 at home. I understand that they play very well at MSG. I know that they didn't play well against the Hawks in the last game, but you know, they can certainly win this. I'm not saying that they can't, but I'd be very happy And I think that the Sixers can do this. I really do. But shout out to Vincent. Bonge is also here. What's up, Bonge? JJ, you're a pure sports radio play-by-play announcer. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Shout out to you. I'm really happy that you're tuning on in, and I appreciate all the support, guys. I really do. You guys are the absolute best. But, I'm always curious to see what you guys say down below in the comments section, because I think that as cool as it is, like the broadcast, like as cool as it is to call games, I love the fan interaction. I really do. I love it when people are talking in the chat, when I'm trying to engage with people. I think it's like a really, really cool thing. So without you guys, this really isn't possible. And I really mean that. So, but I appreciate it. Thank you. That's very high praise. Deuce McBride's going to come on in for Mitchell Robinson, as Joel Embiid, remember, got fouled on an and-one opportunity. He was fouled by Mitchell Robinson. So Embiid is going to the line for one more, and here's the foul shot. It's up, and he drains it. Bond says, I believe the Sixers will win. Shout out to you, man. I'm so happy to see you on here. 14-11, Philadelphia leads it by 3. And so the 76ers have the lead right now. Brunson working past a double team, throws it away, though, as he was double teamed at the foul line. The intended receiver was supposed to be Deuce McBride, and it went off of his left hand. The pass was a little bit wide. All right, so the 76ers have the rock. Tyrese Maxey giving it down to VJ Edgecombe. I don't know how he got that off, but he did. He just got past two defenders, and one of them was Jalen Brunson. Again, just had a hand right in his face, and he still knocked down the layup there. That was tough. Brunson with some space puts up a three. That one won't go, and the Sixers get the rebound. Edgecombe got it from about half court, and he gives it up over to Embiid. Here comes a cutting Tyrese Maxey to the rim, tries to lay it up. It's denied and rejected as the Knicks get the ball. Brunson outside the bridges. Down low to OG Anunoby. And one more to karl-Anthony Towns, and that's up, and that's good. Or that was Mikal Bridges. Excuse me. Mikal Bridges was in the dunker spot, and that was a tic-tac-toe play for the New York Knicks. Maxey at the top of the key again, playing a two-man game with Embiid. Maxey cuts this time, and this time he hits the layup. It was a reverse layup, and he was able to knock it down, and the Sixers lead is up to 5. There we go. Brunson on the drive to the basket. Kicking it out to OG Anunoby. One more to McBride for a three. Splash! On the near wing, Deuce McBride was set free, and the Sixers could not close out against the drop coverage. George on the baseline, gets some space, puts up a two. Not that time. Rebounded by karl-Anthony Towns. He's right there. He's been everywhere on the court so far. The Sixers 0 for 1 from downtown. The Knicks, they're 2 for 4 from three-point range so far. Barlow guarding Jalen Brunson, and he puts up a shot, and a foul is called. Didn't really see a lot of contact there, but Jalen Brunson was putting the moves on him, and he got just in front of Dominic Barlow. We've seen that a couple of times ever since the timeout was called by the Knicks. And so they've been making some adjustments, and Jalen is going to head to the line, and we're going to have some free throws. What else is going on, chat? What else is going on? Let me know down below. How do you guys feel about this game? How you guys feeling? Embiid with 5 points so far, 2 for 2 from the field. VJ Edgecombe 2 for 3. He has 4. All right, so the first free throw by Jalen Brunson this trip around is up and in. And the Sixers lead is down to 1. There's 4 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Sixers 18-14 on the season. They have a 9-6 record on the road. They've won their last 2 games and are looking to extend it to 3. We have a couple of substitutions coming on in, including Quentin Grimes for Paul George and Jabari Walker for Dominic Barlow. One two-way player in for another two-way player. And then for the New York Knicks, they got Kevin McCullough Jr. and Ariel Hukporti, who, by the way, had 4 blocks in his last game, and he had 16 rebounds and 8 points against the Atlanta Hawks. 18-18 as the second free throw is up and in by Jalen Brunson. He goes 2 for 2 from the line. He's 2 for 3 in this game from the foul line. Edgecombe getting some space, putting up a 3, knocking it down at the top of the key. VJ Edgecombe from three-point range. And the Sixers are up by a trace. Love to see that shot by VJ Edgecombe. He's been very active, not only on the defensive side, but he's getting it going on offense, too, over the last couple of games. Here's a pass that goes into the hands. That's supposed to go to Kevin McCullough Jr., and a wide-open three is up by McBride, and he knocks it down again. Can somebody just put a body on him? I mean, you can't leave that guy wide open. He's a very good three-point shooter. He's a sniper, and you don't want him to go off. Here's a elbow J by Embiid. He gets some space, and that's just too easy for Joel Hans Embiid. It's a 23-21 ball game. Brunson on the drive to the basket, going up with an elbow J, and he puts it up, can't put it on in. Embiid volleyball tips it to himself, but it's stolen back by McBride. McBride back to Brunson, his second try, and that's good. And Jalen Brunson helps the New York Knicks ride the seesaw and retake the lead 24-23. Maxey with the behind-the-back bounce pass at the top of the key, delivering it over to Embiid on the far elbow as he's trying to go downhill, going up with a foul line floater, and he couldn't get it. There was some contact. The refs do chew the whistle, though. McBride being assertive, passing it outside, though, as he went underneath the basket. He gave it back over to Huck Porty, and we have a shot that goes up and another foul called. 2:52 left to go in the first quarter as the Sixers trail by one. It's a 24-23 game. Embiid got called for a shooting foul, and we will have some free throws coming on up. Joel Embiid with his second personal foul of the game, 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And we have a timeout taken with 2:52 to go. Man, okay. It is 7:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Embiid, what was I just going to say? There was something on Twitter. Sixers would lose by 50 if McBride played starter minutes. Literally Jordan against us. Crazy stuff, man. I'm so happy to see you guys on here. I really am. We need 12 more subs in order for us to get to 8,200 subscribers. 12 more. I got an iced coffee earlier today. This is really good. It's really good. It's a pumpkin latte with ice. Oh, it's good. I really like it. I've never tried this coffee place before, but it's awesome. Shout out to Haraz. Haraz Coffee. It's really awesome. All right, it's a 24-23 game. The Knicks do have a 1-point lead. How did the Bucks did win? Wow, the Buccaneers won. That's wild. 16-14. The Bucks won. I was going to say, how are the Seahawks and the 49ers, but they haven't gotten started yet. They have not gotten started yet. Chat, how do we feel about VJ Edgecombe's over-under for tonight's game? And by over-under, I mean 20 points. Do we think he's going to go over 20, or is he going to go under 20? How do we feel about that? I'm going to say that he goes over. He has 7 right now. You think he goes over or under? The 76ers down by 1. It's a 24-23 game. Both teams started off a little bit cold shooting the basketball. The defense was pretty good. I thought that both teams were playing really physical, and it's just been it's been a hard-nosed basketball game so far. This is like a typical Sixers-Knicks rivalry type of a game, you know? That's really the best way that I can put it. In the month of December, Jalen Brunson averaged 30.6 points per game, and he shot 47.5% from the field and 40.5% from three-point range. He did win Eastern Conference Player of the Month. Adem Bona and Jared McKean will come on in for the 76ers. Embiid and Edgecombe will take a seat. OG Anunoby and former 76er Gershon Yabusele will step in for Mikal Bridges and Kevin McCullough Jr. Doug says that he's going to go over. He's off to a good start. I would agree. I would have said that before the game started, I thought that he was going to get at least 25. So Brunson at the line swishes the first free throw to make it 25-23. The New York Knicks, by the way, are 2 games in back of the Detroit Pistons for that number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Again, I know that they're 34 games in. There's still plenty of basketball games to go, but still, it's pretty impressive. Here's another foul shot. That one's missed by Brunson, but a long offensive rebound that went off of Jared McKean's hands and into the hands of OG Anunoby. Here's a 3 that's up, and that's way off the mark by Gershon Yabusele, and the Sixers have the ball once again. Yabusele from the three-point line just missed that one way off target. That was not even close. Grimes at the far corner puts up a wide-open shot, and that one's airballed as well. Jalen Brunson operating as he gets the rebound, tries to go coast to coast, puts up a 2. He's fouled, and more free throws coming up for Jalen Brunson. I talked about this before the game started. I actually talked about this to my friend, but I said that Jalen Brunson tonight is really going to have to. I think that he's obviously going to get his points at the line, and he's going to produce points that way. But the Sixers have got to do a good job at staying grounded and not fouling him as much, because that does change up a lot of things. First free throw is good, and that's not an easy task, by the way. It's a lot easier said than done. This guy shoots a lot of free throws. 11 points for Jalen as he makes it a 3-point lead. Brunson, in his last game, only attempted 3 free throws, and he made all 3. But in the month of December, he shot 82.5% from the line. He averaged about 6.6 free throws per game during the month and made 5.5. So free throw number 2 by Jalen Brunson to try to make it a 4-point game is successful as he swishes it. 27-23, New York up by 2 possessions. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to go as the Knicks are on a 14-5 run. Maxey over at the logo, dribbling over toward the right side, driving down the lane, putting up a reverse floater, and that's good. He was sort of spinning, and then he was able to time it perfectly. Again, good defense by the Knicks, just better offense for Philadelphia. Anunoby on a little handoff to McBride for a 3. That one's no good, and nobody could box out OG Anunoby. He got the rebound on the baseline. He kicks it out as he takes it down the lane, and a wide-open 3 by McCullough Jr. is good. Sixers again not able to close out, and the New York Knicks make them pay. It's 30-25 New York. McCain out there for the 76ers. Let's see what he has in his tool of bags. Nice play there as he just was able to get the beautiful dribble moves past Deuce McBride. It was off balance, and Jabari Walker on the baseline just set free. He zipped it over to him. That was some wizardry basketball by Jared McKean. Almost lost his dribble too, but still was able to keep it alive. 30-27, Knicks up by 3. McBride on the screen, getting down low on the baseline, working past Tyrese Maxey, but he has to flip it back outside as Maxey gets back on him. Another 3, and that's by McCullough Jr. That's way off the mark, and Maxey catches his miss. Again, Grimes driving it down low on the baseline. Nice pass over to Dembona, who was underneath the basket, and he makes it. He makes the layup, and the Sixers are now down by 1. It's 30-29. Dembona getting involved in the action, and the Sixers only down by 1. Brunson with a bounce pass back over to Kevin McCullough Jr., who turns it over, and it'll be Sixers ball. He was on the baseline, and I think he lost it, and it went out of bounds, and that's why the Sixers have it, and they'll try to retake the lead on this possession. So Tyrese Maxey, they're showing a replay of that nice little floater that he had on a spin-around turnaround. And then on the very next offensive play, Jabari Walker just able to take it down low over to the baseline and finish with a nice little reverse layup. Maxey going behind his back over McBride, takes him to school, puts it up, and puts it in! 31-30. That was really impressive. I don't know how he did it. He crossed over behind his back, took it with his left hand, finished on the right side of the baseline. He's just so quick and so crafty with his dribble moves. Down the lane and kicking it out to OG Anunoby. That was Huck Porty. that was McCullough Jr., and the shot was no good. Sixers do get a rebound from Tyrese Maxey, who goes up with a prayer, and that's going to do it. So the first quarter is in the books. It's a 31-30 ball game, and the Sixers do have the lead. We'll take a quick step off. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back in just a few seconds. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys are the absolute best, man. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. And turn on the bell icon. So the Philadelphia 76ers put up 31 points in the first quarter, and the New York Knicks have 30. Good quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers. They played really well on the defensive side, and I thought that they played a very physical brand of basketball. Jalen Brunson certainly was going to get into foul trouble, was certainly going to be able to initiate contact and cause the Sixers to foul him a lot, but I thought that the Sixers overall stood their ground. There were a couple of wide open threes that I'm sure that they would like to try to erase and clean up, but overall, a very good first quarter. So here we go as we start off quarter number 2. And VJ Edgecombe is going to take the ball up for the 76ers. The Sixers as a team were 13 for 20 from the 2 in the first quarter. And we're 1 for 3 from downtown. There's a missed layup. That's by Paul George. And the Sixers on the other side get a steal. That was a bad pass by Karl-Anthony Towns. Edgecombe for a catch and shoot 3. Got it to go. Paul George actually blocked Karl-Anthony Towns. Towns actually had a 3-point shot that he tried to go up with, and Paul George swapped the ball out of his hands, and that's what led to the Edgecombe 3 to put the Sixers up 34-30. Kel Bridges being guarded by Jared McCain. Let's see how this works over here. Bridges back to OG Anunoby, who gets some space, and he launches it and hits it from the far corner over Paul George. 34-33. OG Anunoby responds with a trace after the 3 by VJ Edgecombe, and the Sixers lead is back to 1. Edgecombe, George, Bona, Grimes, and McCain. That is the 5 for Philadelphia. Bona just missed a layup. Deuce McBride got the board. Outlet pass to Jordan Clarkson off the bench for a 3, and that one is good. And the Knicks capitalize on back-to-back possessions with a 3. One by Anunoby, the other one by Clarkson. And it's 36-34, New York back out in front. Sixers have got to do a better job at closing out. Edgecombe another 3 for the Sixers. He's on fire! VJ Edgecombe, 4 for 5 from the field, and he has made 2 threes. He is, it was 13 points. That's his 3rd 3 of the game. They just updated that over on the stat sheet, 37-36, and the Sixers are up by 1. Karl-Anthony Towns being guarded by VJ Edgecombe, tries to get a little bit of some space, and it works out. there was a swarm full of 76ers players that were going up against Karl-Anthony Towns, and he was still able to get his points. McCain on a little Euro step, can't finish it, and the tip back by Bona is no good either. Here come the Knicks. They're off to the races. Bridges to Anunoby on the far corner. Got it deflected out of Paul George's hands, and it's still going to be Knicks basketball as it goes out of bounds. 38-37. That is the score of the game so far. All right, so here we go. The Knicks get the ball, and they're going to give it back over to VJ Edgecombe. Edgecombe back to Paul George, down low on the block, and we have a foul called on the New York Knicks. It'll be called on Deuce McBride. JC Fit Pro, what's going on? Neil Cooper is also here. He says, let's go 76ers. What's going on, JJ? I'm happy to see you on here, my friend. What do you think the final score is going to be of the game? Let me know. Edgecombe dribbling in between his legs, crossing on over, giving it back to Jared McCain, working around the screen. McCain gets some space, thought about taking the three, but passes out of the shot. Gives it back to Edgecombe, and another three is up, and he airballs it. The shot clock was ready to expire, and he had to shoot it out of desperation. It did not work, and the Knicks are going to get the ball back. They do call shot clock violation. The shot would not have counted anyways. And so Nick Nurse over on the sidelines, not happy with how the Sixers executed on offense there. And the Knicks get the ball back. Their lineup, it's Anunoby, Towns, Bridges, Clarkson, and McBride. McBride is 6 points. Anunoby is 7, 3, and 3. Another whistle called, and that's going to go against the 76ers. Adem Bona reached on in to Karl-Anthony Towns. And they'll inbound at the Knicks over on their left baseline. Sixers as a team in this game, shooting the ball 47% or 43% from three. They are 3 for 7. All 3 threes have been made by VJ Edgecombe. Sixers get it back. Grimes with a little bit of space. His three-pointer's way off again. We saw him airball 1-3 on the near corner, and he just did it again. But he comes away with a steal off of Karl-Anthony Towns, and he's going to throw it down with both hands. The former Knick able to give the Sixers the lead back. 39-38 back and forth we go. Like the physicality that he still played there. McCain gets another steal for the 76ers. The ball was at the baseline. Mikal Bridges had it. And so McCain will find Paul George. And George gets fouled by Deuce McBride. McCain actually, stuck his hand in the cookie jar that was off of Karl-Anthony Towns. And we also have a technical foul called on Cat as well. And George is going to go to the line to shoot 3 free throws, one of them being for the Tech. And the free throw by PG, way too strong. That would have extended the lead to 2 for the 76ers. Let me ask you guys this. With Jared McCain, okay? You think he gets traded at the deadline? With the way that he's been playing now, and with the lack of minutes that he's getting, does he get traded at the deadline? The free throw by Paul George, it's up and in. So this is his second free throw, and he will have one more. Shot the technical foul free throw, and now he's at the line for 2 on the shooting foul that was committed by Deuce McBride. George with 6 points in this game as the free throw is good. Excellent. 2 out of 3 free throws made by the Philadelphia 76ers on that trip. It was Paul George. JC says, I hope not. I hope not either. but I have to be sure that I ask. Here's Anthony Towns on the drive to the basket. Can't hit the layup, and an offensive rebound by the Knicks, but that is no good. That was Kevin McCullough who tried to go up with a putback shot, and it just did not work. George wants to ISO over Michael Bridges, and now dribbles it back to the top of the key. Finds a cutting Edgecombe to the rim, puts up a tough two. He got it to go. My goodness, VJ Edgecombe being a man amongst boys. It's 43-38. A bad pass by the Knicks, and an interception by Quentin Grimes. McBride had a terrible pass there, and Grimes was able to read it perfectly. He works around the screen, finds McCain, near wing three, got it! Philadelphia has momentum and a timeout taken by the Knicks. 46-38, good basketball by the Philadelphia 76ers, and the lead is up to 8. That's the most that they've had in the first half so far in this ball game. Man, oh man, VJ Edgecombe fighting through adversity, getting past the trees, working his way down low, and putting the Sixers in a very good position in this game so far. JC says he's still working his way back into form. See, I think that it's a tough spot, right? When it comes to the whole Jared McCain thing, because I think if the Sixers give him away, he's going to be an all-star somewhere else. I really feel that way. But the tough part about it is that VJ's balling, Quentin Grimes is playing really well off the bench, and Tyrese Maxey's playing at an MVP level. And so you're in a spot where Jared McCain, I don't think, is going to be reaching his full potential with this team, barring an injury, right? I mean, obviously, if somebody goes down, and I knock on wood as I speak, but, you know, you're not really going to need much. You're not going to need Jared McCain to be a star. Like, he's not going to flower, if you will. I guess that's a really weird way of saying it, but yeah, I agree he is working his way back from an injury, but I just also feel like that he's put into a tough position because guys are balling and there's just no need, right, with the way that the offense is flowing. But then here's my other question, okay? Let's just say Joel Embiid just continues to play well, right? And you have a chance to go out there and maybe get a superstar like Giannis. Let's just say this is just barroom talk. This is just throwing something at the wall. If the Bucks were to ask for Joel Embiid, Jared McCain, that Clippers pick, which is a very valuable pick, just those three pieces, would you trade for Giannis? Would you be willing to give up McCain and Embiid and that pick for Giannis? Just a hypothetical. I really don't want to make many trades. I don't really want to make a trade at the deadline, but I will tell you, if Giannis Antetokounmpo is available, you got to do it. If that's what the Bucks want. But that's how I feel. It's not a guarantee that Grimes is back next year. No, it's not. That's true, too. Edgecombe, by the way, 15 points, 6 for 8 from the field as well. Here's Tower Kolek coming on in for Kevin McCullough Jr. after this next timeout. And Jared McCain playing defense all over Kolek, but we have a foul away from the play. It was Adem Bona. Ended up fouling Clarkson. 7:13 to go. Giannis is almost 31. He's going to be Embiid sooner than later. Yeah, but you're also capitalizing on the window, and Joel Embiid, who's had a lot more injuries, right? Like, Giannis is just most likely going to be healthier. I don't know. It's just an interesting conversation. Anthony Towns back outside to Michael Bridges for another wide-open three, and he can't connect there. Sixers get a rebound from Adem Bona. Here's Paul George again, dumping it off to VJ Edgecombe. He has it with the left hand, dribbles down the lane, puts up a pass, and it was supposed to go to Adem Bone on an alley-oop, but it was intercepted by the Knicks. It was Kolek who got it. And here's a shot that goes up by Clarkson. That's denied by Paul George. Paul George came out of nowhere, and the ball goes out of bounds. The Knicks will still have the ball. What a nice defensive play by Paul George. He read that play perfectly and saw that Jordan Clarkson was ready to go up with a layup, and he said, nope, you're not going to get that off. And so the inbound pass goes to Karl-Anthony Towns again. Here's a three by Kolek, a defender on him, and he still makes it anyways. It's 46-41 with 6:30 left to go in the second quarter. Edgecombe dribbling up the ball again, getting some space, stepping back, letting it fly, and making it again over Brunson. Oh, what a shot by VJ Edgecombe, 49-41. Sixers are up by 8 points. And not Brunson, I meant to say Clarkson. Sorry about that. Another three by the Knicks, and that one won't go. Dembona cleans the glass. Clarkson missed another tray. And so the New York Knicks three-point shooting has gone a little bit cold. Edgecombe inside, outside the George. Here's near wing three, way off the mark. Bona got the offensive rebound, but it was stolen back by Tyler Kolek. He reached on into the cookie jar, and he got the steal. An off-balance three by Bridges. It's good. It's a 5-point game. Nurse wants to talk things over with 5:37 to go in the first half, and the Sixers will be back after this little break. I will see you very, very soon. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. Fins Up is here. JC Fitz also says, I'd rather have Lauri than Giannis. Interesting. So you would rather have Lauri Markkanen, because to me, I feel like Giannis, right, would play more of like a center role. And Lauri, to me, is not as much of a center. Like, Lauri, to me, is more so of a power forward. But I don't know. That's just me. I see that Giannis brings up the ball more, and he's really good at driving it to the cup. But I just think that Giannis is the more dominant player. Now, Lauri, I do think would be a good fit. I still feel that way. I like Dominic Barlow, but Lauri I still think is a really good three-point shooter, and I think he would fit better. And then when you think about Giannis, right, like that's a franchise-changing move. Like, you have to change your whole offense. But Lauri can just fit in schematically, and he's just a plug-and-play type of a guy. So that is sort of like the pros and the cons of everything right there. VJ Edgecombe, well, he's been a pro tonight. Speaking of pros, he's 4 for 5 from 3, 7 for 9 from the field, and he has 18 points. This guy is just absolutely balling out tonight, and you'll love to see it. Paul George is 6 in this game. The other thing, too, to note is that Tyrese Maxey has 6 as well. He's 3 for 7 from the field. Not really a surprise there. I mean, they are really just tacking him on, making sure that he gets, like, no space, and they're making it really tough for him. So, but I give the Sixers credit because I think that they're playing a very good brand of basketball, hard-nosed, physical, playing up to their opponent, and it seems like that they're out there competing at a very high level. Fins Up says, let's go Sixers. I hate NYC. I feel you, man. I mean, I do. I love when these two teams play and when they're playing really dominant physical basketball. It is just such a beauty to watch. But when you have a heated rivalry, it's just beautiful. It really is. And you want to see the 76ers beat the brakes off of the New York Knicks. I feel you. I feel you on that, man. I do. How are you tonight, JJ? It's great to see you again. It's good to see you, Scott. How you feeling, man? Shout out to you. Shout out to you for being on here. 49-44, Sixers have the ball. Tyrese Maxey gets the inbound pass. He's at the top of the key, being guarded by Mitchell Robinson, and now Bridges steps up on him. He'll pass it to Embiid for a fadeaway three-point shot on the far wing, and that's no good. Bowen tried to get the rebound and went off of his hands into the breadbasket of Mikal Bridges. Anunoby on the left wing of the perimeter drives it inside, kicks it back out to Bridges for a far corner three, and not that time. Mikal Bridges in this game not shooting the ball well from downtown. He actually is 2 for 5, but it seems like that he's just been missing wide open looks. He's missed 3 of those. Maxey on the baseline, being guarded by Kolek, wants to try to post him up here. Dribbles down towards the lane and puts up a fadeaway jumper, and he gets it to go. Tyrese Maxey making a nice shot there, getting a little bit of some separation. He took him right to school, and the Sixers lead is up to 7. OG Anunoby giving it back to Jalen Brunson. It goes off of his hand, and Embiid gets the steal. Here comes Tyrese Maxey off to the races. He'll solo it and put it up and in. Maxey has scored the last 4 points for Philadelphia, and he's starting to heat up too. And good defense by Philadelphia to lead to that easy 2. And the good defense leading to easy offense. Anunoby with a 3 again. That's no good. Grimes gets the, or George gets the, no, it was Grimes who got the rebound. And then he lost it. And it went on out of bounds. He got tripped up a little bit, though, over there. And we'll see what the call is. It looked like that it did go out of bounds off of Quentin Grimes' hand. And it'll be Knicks' ball. And that is the verdict. Okay. It's a 53-44 game. Knicks will still have possession, and they will get themselves a fresh 24 shot clock. Okay. Bona and Embiid are out there. Bona is able to get a hand in the cookie jar as Jalen Brunson tried to set a pick, and it didn't work out, and the Sixers come away with another steal. Here's Maxey on a step-back three-point shot. No good. Embiid, offensive rebound. Floats it up and in, and the Sixers' lead is up to double figures. 55-44, and the Sixers taking over the second quarter, only allowing 16 points for the Knicks. Another turnover, or a near turnover it was, as Maxey just had it, and then he lost it off of his left hand out of bounds over towards the near sideline. Tyrese Maxey is 3rd in the league in steals per game. He's actually tied for 3rd with OG Anunoby, 1.8 steals per game. We've talked about his defense this year for the 76ers. It's been outstanding. Brunson getting a little bit of daylight over Edgecombe, and he makes him pay. VJ had a hand in his face, but Brunson just had a little bit of separation, and it ended up working out pretty well in his favor. Jalen Brunson with 14 points, 4 for 8 shooting-wise from the field. 55-46, Maxey, another 3. Splash! Wide open look for Tyrese Maxey. Brunson with an outlet pass over to karl-anthony or Mitchell Robinson. He tries to throw it down, and it is just a little bit off. Embiid got a hand on the OG Anunoby layup, and it still goes in anyways. He played good defense. Just didn't get the credit there. Edgecombe, another wide open 3 for the Sixers. That's no good. Quentin Grimes gets the offensive rebound, but we have a loose ball foul called on Gershon Yabusele. So the Sixers lead it by 10. It's a 58-48 ball game. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The Sixers have just been really physical in this second quarter. They're closing out. They're playing very well out in transition. They're playing very fast. You see Embiid setting screens for Tyrese Maxey. And, OG Anunoby's trying to fight through that screen, and there's just nothing that he can do. That's the one positive about putting Embiid back out there for the 76ers. They're using him more as a screener. Embiid trying to go toe-to-toe with Mitchell Robinson, and he gets him to foul him, and Embiid stands on up, and he'll go to the line. Mitchell Robinson, that's his 3rd personal foul. He has not scored anything. He doesn't even have a rebound in this game so far. Joel Embiid is owning that matchup. And again, he's still not at his top physical abilities, but he's, we don't know if he's ever going to get back to like dominant Joel Embiid, but he just still is good enough to initiate contact and be able to make some mid-range J's. That's just how skilled of a player he is. He does miss the first free throw. And Karl-Anthony Towns will come on in for Mitchell Robinson. That's most likely going to be the end of the first half for him. If Giannis is healthy for, let's say, 3 to 4 more seasons, then it's a no-brainer. I would do it. I'm just worried you may be in a similar situation. You could be. JC Fitz says, Laurie is cheaper. Wouldn't take as much to trade for. Better three-point shooter. Doesn't need the ball to influence the game. And his game is not based on raw athleticism. That's true. That's a very good point. That is a very good point. All right, Embiid misses both free throws. That's a rarity for him. And the rebound belongs to Gershon Yabusele. Here's a floater by Jalen Brunson inside. And we're going to have a goaltending called, I believe. It's on a Dembona. It is. Brunson was driving it down the lane, released it with the left hand, and that's easily a goaltend. Yep. 58-50 is the score. Sixers up by 8. Maxey with some space from the pond, launches it and knocks it down straight away. Head on 3 for Tyrese Maxey. He's heating up like a microwave scorer. Here's Brunson going up with a 2, getting it denied by Quentin Grimes. Joel Embiid going downhill, putting up a tough shot, and he's fouled by OG Anunoby. Look at Joel Embiid being physical, taking advantage of mismatches, and just bulldozing past players. This is really a beautiful thing to see if you're a 76ers fan. This guy is just getting down low on the block, and he's just been so active out there. It seems like that he's trusting that knee, and he's running up and down pretty well, too. This is awesome. All right, so we have a shooting foul on OG Anunoby. That's his second personal foul. And again, this is what happens when Mitchell Robinson gets into foul trouble. How can the Sixers continue to attack? And what are the Knicks? What's Mike Brown going to do for a counterpunch? First foul shot is good by Joel. It's a 62-50 ball game. Sixers lead is up to a dozen. 10 points for Embiid, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and he's 4 for 6 shooting-wise from the field in this game so far. And free throw number 2, here it comes. Joel Embiid cashes them both in. Excellent. All right, a baker's dozen of a lead for Philadelphia. 2 minutes left to go in this first half. All right, Edgecombe with 18, Brunson with 16, Maxey is 16 as well, and Embiid has 11 in this game. Here's a 3 by Brunson. I don't know how he made it, but he did. He got a friendly roll there from the far wing. It hit off the front side of the rim, then hit the back iron, and then it went straight on down the drain. Embiid going to the foul line, kicking it out over to Grimes for a far corner 3, and that one is good. He airballed the first 2 on the near corner, and he said, I'm going to go to the far corner, and I'm just going to cash it on in. It'll hit nothing but net there. And boy, did they need that shot. Grimes was playing really good defense on Jalen Brunson, but he gets a switch, and Paul George is on him. OG Anunoby left wide open, thought about taking the 3, but he waited too long. Gives it down low again over to Mitchell Robinson. Or was that Robinson? No, that's Gershon Yabusele, and we have another turnover called as Jordan Clarkson steps out of bounds on the baseline. He got the ball back and then just had his left foot on the black line, and another turnover by the New York Knicks. Again, it's a 66-53 game. The Knicks have turned the ball over 7 times. Honestly, it's felt like a lot more in this second quarter because the Sixers, just give them credit, they've been playing really good defense. 1:06 left to go in the second quarter. MSG is pretty quiet so far, but that can obviously change. Maxey with a dribble handoff back over to Embiid at the foul line, getting Karl-Anthony Towns on him. He's had a very successful career against Cat. Gives it back over to Maxey, tries to draw the double team, gets the ball denied by Karl-Anthony Towns, and here comes Brunson down the lane, and he's fouled with 48.4 seconds left to go. We'll have to try to go for a layup there, and Quentin Grimes fouled him and got a hand right on his right shooting hand. And Jalen will head back to the line. Or he's much cheaper. He's also versatile as well. I hear you. What is up, LP Sigma? How are you? It's a 66-53 game. 19 points for Jalen Brunson. 5 for 7 he is from the line so far tonight. Foul shot number 1. He drains it. If you're tuning on in, comment down below. Let us know where you're tuning on in from. We had somebody say that they were tuning in from Erie, PA. That's JC Fit Pro. Where else are we tuning on in from? I'll give you guys shout-outs. Sixers, by the way, are in the bonus. Knicks at the foul limit. A lot of positive notes in that first half. Foul shot number 2 was good by Jalen Brunson. It's a 66-55 game. Tyrese Maxey with 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. VJ Edgecombe with 18 points, Joel Embiid with 11, and Paul George with 6 so far in this game. Here's a missed shot by Tyrese Maxey. Karl-Anthony Towns climbs the ladder, and he'll take it down the lane, kick it out over to a far corner shooter. That's OG Anunoby, and he drains it from the far corner. And the New York Knicks are down by 8 points with 24 seconds left in this second quarter. There's about a second and a half differentiating the shot clock from the game clock. VJ Edgecombe is going to hold for one more, but he'll thought about giving it off to Maxey and decided not to, and Maxey's just going to go over to the far corner. Edgecombe back in it. Gives it over to Embiid, who drives it down low, gets the ball knocked away, and gets it back. Grimes puts up a 3, and that's going to do it. All right, so the first half is done. The Philadelphia 76ers lead it 66-58. There's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of things that I do want to go on over. I do need to take a very quick step off, though, and I have to get up and stretch. But there's a lot of positives, and I want to dissect more about that. And I want to hear your thoughts down below on how you think that first half went. What did you like? What did you not like from that first half? All that coming on up. Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Alrighty, hopefully you guys are doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. The Philadelphia 76ers looked really good in that first half, and I cannot wait to break that stuff down. But before I do that, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, comment down below what letter grade you would give the Philadelphia 76ers in that first half, and tell me why you would give them that letter grade. I thought that defensively, the Philadelphia 76ers went out there and they set the tone. I like the matchups that they had schematically against Jalen Brunson. I know that Jalen was obviously going to get fouled. He's just so good at initiating contact and being able to get calls. Say what you want. If there's people that are out there that, of course, say that he's a foul baiter, and look, the bottom line is that the guy knows how to sell a call. And he does a really good job at that. There's times where we see Joel Embiid do the same thing, but I give him credit, of course, for just being just a very dominant basketball player. He's really good. But I thought that the Philadelphia 76ers really did a good job taking the ball out of his hands, making them make tough shots, and they were just putting hands in his face. My biggest takeaway, though, overall. My biggest takeaway is that VJ Edgecombe is just a baller. At this point, this guy's being guarded very heavily. He's not even getting a lot of wide open looks in this game, and he is shooting so efficiently. He is 7 for 10 from the field, and he is just putting the ball through the hoop. The shot looks really good. The three is starting to fall. Jalen Brunson can be on him, and yet he's still making tough shots, or whoever it is. And it's just a beauty to see. The physical adversity, too, that he's able to fight through down low, it's insane. It really is. Somebody was telling me that when someone was, I forget who it was, but somebody said to me, who covers the Sixers, that when they were talking to one of the players, they said that VJ Edgecombe was up in the gym working at 5 a.m., and this guy was just clocking in, clocking out, and he was just putting in the work. And this guy is a rookie. Doing that is really impressive. It really is. It's something just to admire. And I appreciate that. And I feel like that this is just the type of guy who is just an absolute dog. He's playing physical defense, but he's also creating his own shot now. And he's not afraid to pull up. That's cool. For a rookie to be able to do that, how many years did we ask Tyrese Maxey, shoot the ball? Just shoot it. Just shoot the ball and put the ball through the hoop, right? Tyrese was not always putting up as many shots as we were asking him to do, And that's just how it was. And VJ is doing that. And look, I've been critical of Nick Nurse. I've been very tough on Nick Nurse. But for Nick Nurse to be able to just play, not be afraid to play VJ Edgecombe the amount of minutes that he's playing him at, that really speaks volumes. A lot of head coaches, when it comes to a team that has championship aspirations filled with top-heavy talent, they don't do this, right? Like, this is sort of a rarity. And VJ is balling, and he is thriving under Nick Nurse's regime. Most offensive weapons I've ever seen on the 76ers at the same time. And the funny part is about that, Tinhead, is that you don't necessarily need the top-heavy players, the guys that are getting paid top dollar, to ball out. They can sort of just be, I don't even want to say role players. You need them to step up when they have to, okay? But right now, VJ is playing very good basketball. Tyrese Maxey's playing very good basketball. Quentin Grimes, one of the best scorers off the bench this year. The depth is crazy. It just is. Dominic Barlow doing a good job rebounding the basketball for the 76ers. That guy is physical. They have a very good depth. And they have a very good roster. And that is what's fun about this team. It's been a highly entertaining season. And I didn't necessarily believe that heading on into this, that it was going to look like this. But that's been really impressive to me. The big three, again, I'm going to call them the big four, actually. I also feel like is gelling very well in this game, too. Maxey was not getting a lot of shots off in the first quarter. That was not a surprise. But he turned the Jets on in the second quarter. And what ended up happening? Well, Deuce McBride can only do so much to keep Tyrese Maxey in check. And Mike Brown was not putting him in the position to succeed. And when Tyrese had that matchup, just whizzed on by him. He said, "You want to give me Deuce McBride? I'll show you how it's done." That's what he did. There was one play that Maxey had where he got the ball on the block, and he was going up against Tower Kolek, too. And he posted them up, and he hit a turnaround jump shot. This guy is unstoppable. He's a problem. And this is what he does. Joel Embiid. Gosh. I said at the very beginning of the season that Joel Embiid is probably not going to play basketball again. I did. Right before the season started, I said, I don't think that he's going to play. And I truly felt that in my heart. And I love Joel Embiid. I've been a big supporter of Joel. The injuries, it is what it is. I was so mad when they extended him. We all were. We were all frustrated. But just to see him run up and down the court the first game that he came back, I was in awe. I was like, damn. That guy, with everything that he's been through, Bell's palsy, right? Knee problems, stomach issues. I mean, this guy has dealt with so many injuries throughout his whole entire career. And now he's at the point where you don't need him to be 90%, right? You don't need him to be going out there and playing like an MVP like he was back in 2023-24. But I will tell you that over these last 3 games that I've seen Joel Embiid play, he has been more physical. He's been more physically dominant. He's also posting up more. And he's drawing contact. And he's running up and down at a very high level. And it's nice. I'm just enjoying it as it goes. And watching Joel Embiid tonight, he's trending in the right direction, guys. He is. And I'm very happy to be wrong about what my thoughts were about Joel Embiid coming into this year. It actually sort of makes me shed a little tear on the inside. It really does. And that's not sarcasm at all. That's a testament and a compliment to him. But, yeah, I want to hear your thoughts. How do you guys think that the 76ers did in that first half? And what do you think that they're going to have to do in the second half in order to keep this up and go out there and seal a W? Continuing the rebound is one of my biggest things in this one. I feel like that the Knicks are going to provide a counterpunch, but how did the 76ers neutralize them? Can they still find a way to close out OG Anunoby, who's been red hot in this game so far? Can they make an adjustment on him? And can they also get the ball out of Brunson's hand more times? I think that they can. I do. But let me know what you guys think down below. What else we got in the chat? That's pretty much what's going on. It's a 66-58 game. The 76ers as a team in that first half, they shot the ball very well from the field. And they shot 47% from 3. They were 8 for 17 from downtown. VJ made 3 of those threes. Just ridiculous. They also shot 54% from the field. I thought that they did a really good job in the second quarter specifically, just with their defense. They didn't fold in the drop coverage. They closed out very well, and they rotated on point. The rotations were on point. The lineups were great. Everything looked very solid. And they caused the Knicks to turn the ball over quite a few times. The Sixers themselves, they have 8 turnovers, but it's been more so of a quiet 8 turnovers in this game. I felt like that the New York Knicks were playing some really sloppy basketball. And again, that's because that the Sixers defense was so strong. You see in the half-court sets, they're pressuring Jalen Brunson, right? They're forcing him to give the ball away. And OG Anunoby or somebody else just gets the ball, and then all of a sudden here comes Quentin Grimes just right there after missing a 3. Quentin Grimes is just able to pick it up and just breeze past everybody and give the Sixers a little bit of a boost, right? That's what Quentin Grimes has been doing off the bench. His 4 assists in this game. I thought that his minutes, he has 17 minutes. He's only turned the ball over once. We always say that Quentin Grimes is one of those guys that is just sort of odd because when he is on fire, right, that's a spark plug for your bench. That's a 6th man of the year type of a thing where he can make plays. He has 2 steals, 1 block, 4 assists. He does have 5 points, but his defense has been really awesome, especially against Brunson in those 17 minutes. So I'm very happy about that, and I really can't say anything bad about that first half. Overall, I'd give them, my letter grade would be an A-, especially because they're out in the Garden. All right, we're ready to start off the third quarter. JC says, with all the controversy around the number 3 pick, how big was Maury's sigh of relief when VJ started balling out? Oh, dude. Gosh, the funny part about it is that you think about all the teams that were trying to tank last year, and the 76ers kept their pick. They did. They kept their pick, and VJ's been an absolute stud. But you're right, that's a very good point. That's a very good point, my friend. All right, so we're ready to start off the third quarter. It's a 66-58 game. Sixers have the ball first. Joel Embiid gets it over on the foul line extended, puts up a shot, and it's good. And Philadelphia's lead is back to 10. And the first 2 points come from Joel Embiid here in the second half for Philadelphia. The New York Knicks have Anunoby, Towns, Robinson, Bridges, and Brunson. And the Sixers, of course, George, Barlow, Embiid, Maxey, and Edgecombe. Here's a 2 that's no good. And a rebound offensive board by Karl-Anthony Towns. Goes up with a very tough shot. Initiates the contact from Paul George. And he's fouled. He just went down like a domino. And he got back up. And he'll take about 5 steps backwards. Also have to give Morey his flowers for the role players he picked up this offseason. Yeah, that's a very good point too, JC. He is Daryl Morey with the moves that he has made. It has looked so good. Dominic Barlow, right? Like everybody in the draft for the most part, except for the Janai Broom pick. The Janai Broom one, that was not good. It has not worked out, but everything else has worked out very well. And Trendon Watford's not even back yet, and neither is Kelly Oubre. 68-59 is the score. Karl-Anthony Towns only had 2 points in that first half, and that certainly is a testament to the Sixers' defense as well. Makes both foul shots, though, and the lead is back down to 8 for the Sixers. All right. Here's Tyrese Maxey getting another screen from Joel Embiid. And Maxey outside to Edgecombe. One more to George for a 4-corner 3, and he gets it to go. Money in the bag for Paul George. 71 points for the 76ers. Their offense has been absolutely outstanding. Brunson with a step-back baseline, Jay. That's no good. And a rebound that's tipped by Robinson into the hands of Tyrese Maxey. Sixers operating on offense. They're running down the court. Maxey with a moving 3. Puts it up, and he can't put it in. There's another offensive foul called on Dominic Barlow. We saw one in the first half where Barlow was setting an illegal screen and he tripped up OG Anunoby, and that's what happened on the second time here. he did the same exact thing. 71 points for the Sixers and 60 for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson again looking for some help as VJ Edgecombe stops him in his tracks. And they'll hand it off to Mikal Bridges yet again. A bounce pass to OG Anunoby. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Anunoby goes up for a 2. That's denied by Embiid. And Karl-Anthony Towns gets the rebound, and he puts it back up, puts it on in. I think that Dominic Barlow got hit right on the nose. He says, I'm okay, though. And the Sixers will play on 71-62. Tyrese Maxey at the three-point line, working around the screen set by Embiid. Edgecombe swings it outside to George again. Another three by Paul George. And nobody could close him out. That was the same exact play that they just ran right before that, and the 76ers able to make it work. Paul George getting some space and able to make another shot here as he's going off in the third quarter. Love to see it. 74-62, Sixers 2 for 2 from 3 and 3 for 3 shooting-wise in this quarter alone. Maxey just blocked Jalen Brunson going to the lane, and we have an offensive rebound by the New York Knicks as the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tyrese Maxey. All right, 13 more subs until we get to the 8,200 marker. Here's a little step back J from Mikal Bridges, and he pulls up and knocks down the deuce. 18 for Edgecombe, 16 for Maxey, 13 for Embiid, 12 for George, and 8 for Quentin Grimes. Another foul on the New York Knicks. That's on Mikal Bridges, and that will be Mikal's first foul of the game. Jalen Brunson in this one has 21 points. He is 6 for 13 from the field, has 2 rebounds, and also 1 assist as well. Maxey gets the inbound pass. Here comes a screen by Embiid. Pick and roll offense. Embiid rolling down the lane, giving it down to Dominic Barlow on a bounce pass, and Barlow throws it down with both hands. No one could stop him. The pick and roll is certainly helping for Philadelphia. Everything clicking. Towns for a 3. That's no good. Maxey rebound. VJ Edgecombe off to the races, and then slows the tempo down and gives it back to Maxey. And Embiid, again, a little dribble handoff. He'll set a pick over for VJ Edgecombe, who drives it down the lane, puts up a layup, and that one is good. Nobody can stop the 76ers because they're playing such a fast-tempo offense. They have 12 points in this third quarter, and their defense has been so strong. There is a foul called on Philadelphia. I thought that Tyrese Maxey got all ball there, but it's a reach-in foul. They actually said that it was on Paul George. What the heck? That's a bizarre play. I thought that Tyrese Maxey got the ball right out of Jalen Brunson's hands, but they called a foul on Paul George instead. Again, it's a 78-64 game. The Sixers outscoring the Knicks 12-6 in the third quarter so far. They're actually on a 47-34 run, which is really impressive over the last 16 minutes of play. Towns gets the inbound pass, hands it off to Jalen Brunson. Edgecombe working up against him again. Another elbow J. That's blocked by Edgecombe, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Philadelphia 76ers as a foul was called on Paul George for pushing Mikal Bridges out of bounds. Miles McBride will come on in, and the Sixers are going to take a timeout here. I think that they're going to challenge this to see if whether or not that was a foul, and they will. Okay, so the Sixers will challenge, and we'll see if it works, and hopefully it goes into their favor. I will be right back once again. So the Philadelphia and Jalen Brunson, they say that the ball ended up going out of bounds. It was a bad pass. There was no foul by Paul George at all whatsoever. George did not even make any sort of contact with Mikal Bridges. So the challenge does work, and the Philadelphia 76ers are going to get the ball back. Plus, they will also get their timeout back, too, and they will be back on offense. 81-64. Sixers have been doing a good job against these New York Knicks. Maxey working fast-paced, up-tempo here. And he will try to get a screen from Embiid, and he does. Another three-pointer by Maxey, and that's good. The screen by Joel Embiid has been unbelievable in this game, and Tyrese Maxey has been set free as he knocks down another tray. So that's now 19 points for Tyrese. Brunson on an alley-oop pass that's supposed to go over to Karl-Anthony Towns, and he gets absolutely slobbered by Paul George. That is his third personal foul. And Karl-Anthony Towns going back to the line for a pair of foul shots. I love what Joel Embiid has done in this game. He is setting a lot of picks for Tyrese Maxey and recognizes that when he is just getting covered, I mean, he has to go down and he has to set up a pick for him just to be able to give him some space. And Tyrese has been draining his shots. It's been really helping out in this game. It's the most screens I've seen Joel Embiid set for Tyrese Maxey this year, and I'm really happy that they're doing that because that was something that I never really talked about in the pregame show, but that was something that I did forget to mention. 81-65. I wanted to see more of those. And free throw number 2 is good by Karl-Anthony Towns. He knocks down both free throws, and Tyrese Maxey gets it back for the 76ers. Maxey with 21 points. Works around the screen again from Embiid. Drives it down the lane, and a floater is up over McBride, and he takes advantage. Tyrese Maxey being a superstar. A 17-point lead for Philadelphia, and they get back on defense again. Brunson being guarded by Joel Embiid, and now Edgecombe steps up on him. Here's a floater that's up. It's good. Count it, and a foul. Jalen Brunson with a right-handed floater, and VJ Edgecombe gets called for the foul. He was lured from Jalen Brunson, and the and one opportunity coming on up. What else do we got in the chat? JJ, what do you think Morey will do with Barlow and Walker when they reach their 50-game max? You're going to have to extend Dominic Barlow, right? You just are. You have to convert him to a full-time player. I don't think that anyone is going to pay him more, you know. That's how I feel. Jabari Walker, I want to keep him. I do. I like the hustle. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Rashawn Holmes, if you remember him for the 76ers. Just the hustle plays that he has. Somebody that's undersized, but he plays at the 5. He gives it his all. I love Jabari Walker, man. I love the grit that he has. But I don't know if they keep him. I'd like to think that they would, but we'll see. Here we go. So the Sixers get it back. Dominic Barlow back over to Paul George. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Paul George, another 3. Gets a little bit of space. Can't hit it that time. Embiid with the offensive rebound. A kick out to Edgecombe. Wide open 3. And that's way off the mark. And a rebound by the New York Knicks. They had a golden opportunity to cash in a 3 there, and it just did not work out. Brunson on the left elbow. Zips it down low to OG Anunoby. It's denied by Maxey. And Anunoby gets it back, but he travels and steps on out of bounds anyways. Oh, my goodness. Edgecombe also got a little hand up there, too, on OG Anunoby's shot. It was Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. That was awesome. Edgecombe got it, though, at the last second. They're going to give credit to VJ for the block there. But I'll tell you what, good defense by the 76ers. The Knicks have not had a block in this game, and the Sixers have had 7 rejections. Maxey working around another screen from Embiid again, and he knocks down another 3. A flamethrower for Tyrese Maxey. He can't be stopped. And Brunson again over on the outside, trying to school Joel Embiid here. Let's see how this works out. It does not. And the ball gets volleyballed into the hands of OG Anunoby. Another 3 for Mikal Bridges, and that is good on the far corner. He's able to knock down the tray. 86-72. Maxey giving it outside to Edgecombe. They swing it around the timeline. Good ball moving for the Sixers. Embiid goes up for a 2, and we have a shooting foul called on Karl-Anthony Towns for swiping him on the left wrist, and more foul shots coming on up. Gosh, Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid playing at a high level. Their chemistry continues to rise. And I will tell you what, this is by far the best that they have looked together all season long. They just continue to connect, and they are absolutely rolling for the Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid does cash in the first free throw to make it 87-72. And with 5:53 to go in the third quarter, I mean, the Sixers have just dominated this game out at Madison Square Garden. They've taken the crowd out of it. They just still got to keep it up. All right, Embiid's second free throw. He misses it. That's his third miss. George, offensive rebound, a turnaround jump shot, and that is just a little bit off the mark. Oh, he had the look, too. Here is Bridges again with a baseline J. He connects on that one, and the lead is down to 13. Maxey gets the inbound pass from Paul George. Maxey at the Chase Center sign, and he puts up another 3. He's on fire! A line drive 3 for Tyrese Maxey. What can he do? He's unstoppable. 90 points for the 76ers, and still 5:20 left to go in the third quarter. The amount of threes that he's getting is just absolutely ridiculous. Good defense by Embiid off of the missed 2 by Jalen Brunson. Offensive rebound, though, by OG Anunoby, and he's fouled by Dominic Barlow. Oh, my goodness. Hit the thumbs up button, folks. Hit that subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons, too. You guys are the absolute best. Dominic Barlow is going to take a seat. He has 4 personal fouls. That's why. And we have a substitution as Jabari Walker comes in after Towns makes the first foul shot. It's 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit that subscribe button as well. If you guys are still tuning on in, give me a thumbs up down below. 27 points for Tyrese Maxey, 11 points for Tyrese in this third quarter so far. Man, was I wrong about Tyrese. I mean, this guy is just absolutely balling tonight. I thought that he was going to get blitzed a little bit more, but he's getting past everybody, and I really feel like the pick and roll offense has just been so awesome. It's been so lethal. Embiid is setting picks for him. And it's just, it is so unstoppable when Joel Embiid is working as a screener, being unselfish, setting picks for Tyrese, and just giving him a wide open C to just knock down threes. That's the volume that Joel Embiid brings to this team as well. The second free throw by Cat, in and out it goes, and the Sixers get another rebound. It's from Tyrese Maxey again. 5:05 left to be played in the third quarter. Embiid rolling down the lane, putting up a layup. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Joel Embiid being unstoppable as well. 92-75, and we have a foul on Tyrese Maxey for reaching on in to Karl-Anthony Towns. Embiid had to go tie his shoe really quickly. It almost came off. His shoelaces were untied, and we will have some more foul shots coming on up. Let's go, Sixers. Bernardo is here. What's up, Bernardo? Shout out to you. Let's go. Go 76ers. We got to win the game. Yes, we do. Tyrese Maxey. Towns on the first foul shot. No good. OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Jalen Brunson in this game have put up a total of 46 points. Embiid, Maxey, and Edgecombe have put up 63 points for the 76ers. Foul shot number 2 by Karl-Anthony Towns is good. Mitchell Robinson has played 12 minutes, does not have a single point on the board, only 1 rebound. That is it. Maxey over to Edgecombe at the chase sign. Gives it over to Embiid on the foul line extended and takes 2 dribbles, puts up a 2, and he doesn't get the friendly bounce that time. Just hit off the right side of the rim. Rebounded by the Knicks. Sixers playing a good zone defense as Karl-Anthony Towns chucks up a 3, and Embiid catches his miss. And Tyrese Maxey again off to the races, rolling down the lane, kicking it out to Quentin Grimes on a bounce pass and a 3, and just a little too much mustard on that shot by Quentin Grimes. Just hit the back of the rim ever so slightly. It was a hard finish there. Brunson working around the screen. Bounce pass to Karl-Anthony Towns. Jabari Walker guarding him. And now the double team comes. He lost it. It goes out of bounds, and it's Sixers ball. Jabari Walker able to get a hand in there. Karl-Anthony Towns crying wolf to the referees. And he says challenge this, and I don't think that Mike Brown is going to do so. Mitchell Robinson will step back in for Karl-Anthony Towns. Another turnover by the New York Knicks. Jabari Walker all in his face, just swapping the basketball away. Grimes inbounds it over to Tyrese Maxey. 3:55 left to go in the third quarter. And again, everybody quiet here at MSG. Here's Edgecombe back over to Embiid. Embiid one more to Walker, and he slams it home for 2. Jabari Walker coming on in out of nowhere and just providing an energy booster again for Philadelphia, sucking the volume out at the MSG. Gosh. My gosh. The Philadelphia 76ers on that offensive possession, just playing hot potato, giving everybody their touches, and making sure that the basketball gets taken care of. Tyrese Maxey got a steal, but I believe that he stepped out of bounds. And therefore, it'll be Knicks basketball again. He was there as a safety trying to intercept the pass from Mikal Bridges, and he almost did so on that far sideline just at the black chalk. So the New York Knicks will get it back. Brunson gets the inbound pass, and he's operating at the Knicks logo. He pulls up from three-point range. The shot is short. Robinson with just his second rebound of the day with a kick out to Mikal Bridges. He got an open look there, and Joel Embiid catches his 7th rebound. He's playing defense. He's rebounding the ball. He takes it over to the foul line extended, initiates the contact again for Robinson, and another foul. That's his 4th personal foul. Joel Embiid just taking 2 more steps over to the foul line, and he will attempt 2 more free throws. The footwork has been insane. It's been so awesome tonight. It's the best game of the season so far, says Colonel Bernie. Embiid is most nice on defense. Yeah, this is, again, the most complete game so far for Joel Embiid. It has to be this one. Setting screens for Tyrese Maxey, playing really good defense, running up and down the court, initiating contact, and Mitchell Robinson just cannot stop him. He is owning that matchup tonight. 95-77. He also has 5 assists, too. 3:13 left to go in the third quarter. Embiid working up a little sweat. He makes the first free throw. Foul shot number 2. It's nothing but nets. Excellent. Absolutely. Let's go, baby. 96-77. Robinson is still out there. And again, he has 4 personal fouls. Only 2 points in this game so far. Here come his first 2. It was just on a little layup there. Edgecombe back over to Grimes, and he throws away an alley-oop pass. Here's McBride. McBride for 3. That's no good. And there was the 2 by Mitchell Robinson, and 1. Okay, so this was a little bit ahead. I apologize. And the Knicks are actually going to take a timeout here. It's a 96-79 game, and Embiid did get called for a foul. So what really ended up happening was that Miles McBride made a bad pass. Edgecombe got the steal, and then Edgecombe, as he was going down towards the baseline, had a terrible pass that was supposed to go, I believe, into Quentin Grimes' hands to try to finish a layup, and Miles McBride got the steal, and then he missed a pull-up jump shot, and Robinson got the offensive rebound, made the 2, and was fouled by Embiid. Footwork. Yes, amazing footwork for Joel Embiid. The Sixers have played such a physical brand of basketball. Jalen Brunson's trying to get some space, and they are just absolutely closing him out. VJ Edgecombe's defense has been 100% phenomenal in this third quarter. They're making Jalen Brunson into more so of a passer, and they're trying to get other guys to beat them. And it's not working out well at all whatsoever. They're rebounding the ball well. It's a very complete, dominant effort by the 76ers. You saw VJ Edgecombe take over in the first half. Really in the first quarter, he started to go off. And then Tyrese Maxey was starting to get a little bit into a groove himself. He was hitting some Eurostep layups. Joel Embiid was getting him on the ball a little bit more and giving him some extra space to operate. And then in this third quarter, Maxey again, they're spamming the pick and roll, or the pick and pop, if you will, and that's working out really well. And then when they think that Joel Embiid is going to set a screen, no, Embiid fakes them out, and he's going to drive it down low, and he's still going to get Mitchell Robinson in foul trouble and get him on some pump fakes, and you just can't stop them. Like, this is a scary 76ers team. The way that they are playing right now, it seems like that they are really hitting their stride. It's great. VJ's playing great defense and has one foul. That's it. One foul. And it was on an and one from Jalen Brunson. They don't even have Kelly Oubre Jr. back, guys. Kelly Oubre plays phenomenal defense against Jalen Brunson, too. And so does Trendon Watford. So, I'm just telling you, things are on the come up right now for the 76ers, without a doubt. They just got to keep their foot on the gas pedal, but I got to continue to give them high praise for tonight's game. 27 for Tyrese Maxey, 24 for Jalen Brunson. And here is the foul shot by Robinson, and it goes in and out. Just rolled out at the last second. Jabari Walker gets the rebound for Philadelphia. Maxey being guarded by Deuce McBride. Zips it over to McCain, who's back in there for the Sixers. Grimes with an open three-point shot. No good. Bona tries to fight for the offensive rebound, but the ball gets tugged out and out of bounds, and it was last touched by the New York Knicks. So then Bona just had it volleyballed off of his left hand, and then it was Deuce McBride who touched it last. So it's 96-79. 2:33 left to go in the third quarter. Sixers lineup, it's Maxey, it's Walker, Bona, Grimes, and McCain out there for the 76ers. Bona gets the inbound pass, looking for some help here. Hands it off to Tyrese Maxey again, steps back, tried to give it back over to Bona. He wasn't anticipating that, and it's stolen by Mitchell Robinson. An easy pick for him. McBride with a layup over Adem Bona, and it's good. Deuce McBride with a 2. OG Anunoby with 12. McBride with 11. He is 4 for 6 from the field. 3 rebounds he has as well, and 2 assists too. A 2-point shot by Philadelphia will go on in and out. And another rebound by Miles McBride himself. 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Can the Sixers just close them out here and not give the Knicks any sort of juice going on into the fourth? We'll see about that. McBride gets it back. Hands it off to Anunoby. Anunoby spinning, turning, going down the lane, kicking it out to Kolek for a far corner 3, and he got it to go. It's now 96-84. The Knicks are down by 12 with 95 seconds left in this third quarter. It is a 7-0 run for the New York Knicks. Just got to make sure that I mention that. Maxey trying to get a screen from Quentin Grimes. The guard lineup out there for the Sixers. It's Maxey, Grimes, McCain, Bona, and Walker. The 2 is missed. Kolek another 3 as the crowd rises. It's no good. And Bona gets the rebound for the 76ers. He had an open look there, and the Sixers did dodge a bullet that time. Maxey with a nice pass over to Walker. Thought about taking the 3. Decided not to do so. Maxey again working around a moving screen, putting up a little floater, and he couldn't get it. He was a little bit off balance there. Kolek got the rebound, whizzing on past Jabari Walker, passing it out of the shot, back over to McBride, or Clarkson that is, and Kolek gets it back. And he's working against Jared McCain. McCain actually played good defense that time, and the shot was off balance. Maxey got the rebound. Maxey inside, outside of Grimes for a near wing 3. Good it to go. Bingo for Quentin Grimes. And it's now a 15-point lead for the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey being the maestro. McBride for a 3, and he gets fouled by Quentin Grimes at the top of the key. And we're going to have 3 free throws for Deuce McBride. Tyrese Maxey, if he's not going to be taking shots, he's going to make plays for other people, and that's what still makes him a threat as well. He knew exactly where Quentin Grimes was. The defense for the Knicks was playing chess while the Sixers were playing checkers. And I got to tell you that the 76ers, again, just finding a way to find the wide open man for 3 and making the New York Knicks pay. It's been awesome. Oh, my goodness. 99-85. First free throw by McBride is good. Tell you what, this guy is a baller. This guy has absolute ice in his veins, Miles McBride, and has been a very good player for the New York Knicks ever since he came on over. The second free throw by McBride, that one is good too. He's now 25 years old, averaging 12 points per game, shooting 44% from the field. He is a versatile guard for sure for the New York Knicks. Went to Archbishop Moeller High School in Cincinnati. And he makes all 3 free throws, and the Sixers get the ball back. Maxey working down the lane, putting up a 3-point shot, and it's no good. He was trying to go over towards the near wing, I should have said, but the 3 was just a little bit off the mark. Kolek is going to settle for one more possession here for the New York Knicks over at their own logo as they go from left to right. Dembona is guarding Kolek. Kolek is not even moving yet. There's 8 seconds left on the game clock. Here comes a screen by McBride. Kolek with some space, putting up a 3. It's blocked by Maxey. 1 second left to go, and that's going to do it. Tyrese Maxey doing it all on defense and on offense as well when we go into the fourth quarter, baby. Let's go. Outstanding play from the 76ers. That's their best third quarter of the season. That's their best third quarter of the season. That's great. All right, we're going into the fourth quarter. My name is Jason Joseph, folks. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. If you guys like my work, hit the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell icons too. The Philadelphia 76ers just putting together a very good basketball game so far, and they just got to keep it up in the fourth. You really want to try to see them just keep their foot on the gas pedal and just keep their keep the tempo alive, continue to play strong. I mean, the best 3 quarters of play that they've had this year. This is a very nice, complete game that the Sixers have put together so far. And they're doing it again. This New York Knicks team, they're 15-3 at home. Jalen Brunson's playing. Karl-Anthony Towns is playing, and I got to tell you, between Cat and Mitchell Robinson has 2 points. He has 4 personal fouls in this game. And Karl-Anthony Towns has not looked comfortable at all. I mean, he has 10 rebounds. He's trying to fight through a lot of adversity, but he's 2 for 10 from the field. You're telling me that Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns in this game are 3 for 12 so far from the field? That is awful. Jalen Brunson in that third quarter, VJ Edgecombe, they had him guarding Jalen Brunson, and that defense was sensational. He did not shoot the ball well at all in the third quarter. Also only got fouled once. I really was surprised at how much of a difference that made. I shouldn't be surprised, but Jalen looks very much off balance. The New York Knicks in this game, besides Deuce McBride, they have 12 points off their bench. Clarkson just has 3. McCullough just has 3. Kolek has 6. And Kolek has been really good off their bench. But Gershon played really bad in 4 minutes. Diawara wasn't so good in 2 minutes. And Ariel Huckporty, 5 minutes, who had 16 rebounds in his last game. Doesn't have anything on the stat sheet except for a rebound. Deuce McBride is back out there for the New York Knicks as they have the ball because they won the opening tip. Nurse is dumb. Take out VJ, put in McKean, who looks bad, says Lawrence. I'll tell you what, I'm happy with their play so far. But to start off the fourth quarter, I hear you. Here is a little floater that's up and good by Karl-Anthony Towns. Jared McKean is still out there. He's playing for Tyrese Maxey here. Lauren, shout out to you, though. Thanks so much for tuning on in. All right, so George, Embiid, Edgecombe, Grimes, and McKean out there for the Sixers. Edgecombe picking up the ball, giving it over to Paul George. George to Embiid, and Embiid fades away, goes up with a 2, and he's fouled by Karl-Anthony Towns again. That's Cat's second personal foul. Embiid gets on up, and 2 more free throws coming up for the big fella, number 21 going back to the line for the 76ers. Okay, we need 12 more. We let it start to slip away for us at the end, hoping that we come out hot. Yeah, we did, but that's sort of what I expected, you know. Embiid makes the first free throw, and that puts the Sixers up by 11. It's 100-89. Embiid this year as a foul shooter, in case you're wondering, shooting 82.8% or 84.3%, which is his lowest since the 2021-22 season. Last year and the year before that, he was shooting at an 88% rate, which is ridiculous. Does miss the second foul shot. He's missed 4 in this game so far, including 2 in a row back in the first quarter. Here's a layup, and that is missed. It was a wide-open bunny for the New York Knicks. They could not capitalize there. Embiid going to work again against Karl-Anthony Towns. Takes a fadeaway elbow J, and it does not go down the drain. In and out instead. Kolek going down towards the baseline, dribbling around the timeline, passing it outside, and another 3 for the Knicks, and that's no good. And again, Sixers trying to work up the pace here. McKean wide open 3, and that's no good. And the rebound goes to Karl-Anthony Towns. McKean missed a pull-up jump shot. 10:30 left in the fourth quarter. And Karl-Anthony Towns being guarded by Joel Embiid. Towns going to work, putting up a tough layup over Embiid, and he got it. It's now 100-91. Here's Grimes back outside to George. One more to McCain. His 3. Got it. And that was a big 3 for Jared McCain. Still got to put a body on him. Even when he's cold, he can heat up too. Towns again driving it towards the basket. Initiating the contact. And he'll go to the line for one more. He flexes his muscles. And he'll head over to the foul line to try to capitalize on a 3-point opportunity. It's 103-93. He was off balance, too. Embiid fouled him and swiped him right on the wrist. Keep up the momentum, please. The New York Knicks getting their offense going, and they're looking to cut it back to a single-digit lead. The 76ers, their biggest lead that they had, it was in the third quarter. They were up by 19. It's now down to 9, as the foul shot is good by Karl-Anthony Towns. Okay, McCain, Edgecombe, Embiid, George, and Grimes out there for the Sixers. And for the Knicks, they got Clarkson, Towns, Bridges, McBride, and Kolek. 103-94. Embiid throws the ball out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover by Philadelphia. Supposed to go to Jared McCain, just a little bit wide to his left side. Kolek inbounds it and gives it up to Mikal Bridges at the top of the key for the New York Knicks. Cat for a 3. That's in and out again. And Paul George gets the rebound. Karl-Anthony Towns had plenty of time. He just chucked up that shot. And George got a rebound. George driving it down over towards the left elbow and just zigging out, giving it back over to McCain. Another 3, and Kolek catches his miss. Didn't really like that shot there from Jared McCain. Here's a moving 3 by Mikal Bridges. That was way off. And VJ Edgecombe got a hand on it. That's why. Edgecombe running down Broadway, throwing it down with 2 hands, being rewarded for his defense. And another timeout taken by Mike Brown. As soon as the Knicks start to get momentum, here comes a rookie in number 77. just making plays on both ends and looking like Jimmy Butler out there. That's a big momentum changer. 2 blocks, 1 steal for VJ. He's plus 15 out there. He has 22 points. He's 4 for 7 from 3. I don't know what else to say. This guy needs to be in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Over his last 3 games, he's put up on average over 20 points. And he's shooting so efficiently. Before tonight, he was 8 for his last 16 from 3. And playing on an average of 40 minutes. I don't know. It's impressive. This is the young Jimmy Butler. He is, man. People say that Dwayne Wade is a good comparison, but you know, Anthony Edwards, Jimmy Butler, this guy is just playing such good basketball. It's fun. It's so much fun to watch. All right, 105-94. Philadelphia 76ers, by the way, out-rebounding the Knicks only by 1 right now. It's 41-40. Sixers have done a good job off the glass. Each team does have 12 turnovers. Sixers do have 17 fouls, but the Sixers have just shot the ball better. They're 40 for 75 from the field, and they're shooting the ball better from 3, 48% compared to the 37% that New York is shooting at. And the Knicks are just giving up a lot of wide open shots, and the Sixers are making them pay. 22 for VJ, 19 for Embiid, 12 for Paul George, and leading the way for the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey with 27. Also, McCain had a nice 3, too. You'll certainly take that. You know? Third straight game for VJ with 20-plus points. And the New York Knicks back on offense. Excuse me. Here's Tyler Kolek going behind the back, in between the legs with the crossover, giving it up over to McBride, and McBride back over to Kolek, driving it down the lane, putting it up with the left hand, no good, and Embiid comes up with the rebound. That was good defense by McCain. Here's a 3 by Jared McCain, and that's a little bit off the mark, and rebounded by Karl-Anthony Towns for the New York Knicks. Again, Bridges at the top of the key, left wide open for a 3. That's no good. Embiid tried to catch the rebound. Luckily, Paul George was right there. Embiid did go down. He's okay. And George gives it back over to VJ Edgecombe. Here's Embiid going back into the picture, so he is totally fine. He just slipped up a little bit there. Edgecombe to Embiid on the low block, being guarded by Michael Bridges. Euro step, and he just makes it. He makes it look so easy. He had a 7-footer doing a Euro step over Michael Bridges. That's just absolutely awesome. 107-94. Nice layup there by Joel Embiid. All right, 8 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. He's doing Euro steps now, guys. It's just unbelievable. Towns again with a 2. That one goes up, and that's no good. And he wanted the foul call, and he got a very, very late foul call. The Sixers were ready to go down on the other side, and the ref finally chewed the whistle. I mean, come on. That took about 3 seconds for them to just make that call there. That was ridiculous. And the foul called on Paul George. We have not seen Andre Drummond again in this game tonight. Just wanted to make sure that I noted that. No Andre Drummond, no Justin Edwards either. It's been Jabari Walker for 9 minutes. It's been Adem Bona for 15 minutes. But in case you're wondering, no no Andre Drummond in this game so far. 107-94. Inbound pass goes to Mitchell Robinson, who has just been a shell of himself today. Brunson with a foul line, Jay, and that's good. You do not want this guy to heat on up. 7 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Tyrese Maxey controlling the pace here, being guarded by Kolek. We'll see what he does here. Embiid screen comes. Maxey to Edgecombe. Edgecombe down the lane over to Quentin Grimes. His layup is no good. He grabs his own rebound. He dribbles around the timeline. Throws down a pass over to Embiid. Embiid initiates the contact. Puts up a two. And Robinson fouls him again. You hear the boos coming from the New York Knicks as Embiid goes back to the line. That's Robinson's 5th foul of the game. It's been so easy for Joel Embiid just looking at him move and looking at how just fluid he is with his footwork in this game. 23 points for the big fella and 9 rebounds, and now make it 24 for number 21. 110-96 is the score, and the Sixers lead it by 14. Here's Brunson with a step back. Jay got it to go. Jalen Brunson hitting it from the left side of the wing and knocking it down, making it look very easy. 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. Embiid and Maxey playing a little two-man game. A fake handoff to Maxey. Embiid keeps it himself. Puts up a lane shot just inside the foul line, and it's a little bit too strong. Knicks got the rebound, and they're initiating on offense. George staying on Jalen Brunson, causing him to throw it out, and the ball goes out of bounds, deflected off of Mitchell Robinson's hand. Maxey got a hand on it. He knew exactly where Brunson was going to pass it to. Tried to give it up over towards the far corner. Maxey got a hand right up on it because of Paul George's stellar defense, and then Mitchell Robinson just got it deflected right off of his hands, and the Sixers get the ball back. Outstanding defense again for the Philadelphia 76ers. 110-98. Bona with a bounce pass to Quentin Grimes. They give it back over to Maxey. Maxey steps back, thought about taking the three, and he gives it up over to Edgecombe. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Edgecombe off the dribble with some space for long range. It's up and it's no good, but the ball gets volleyballed back outside. And right there was McBride, or Clarkson it is at the top of the key. Kolek with a three. That one goes in and out. The ball gets volleyballed again. Grimes there. Edgecombe with a little pass over to Tyrese Maxey, and Maxey gets fouled. He tumbles, he stumbles, he hits the deck, he initiates the contact, and we'll have some more free throws coming up. Mitchell Robinson got called for another foul. I believe that's now 5 for Robinson, and Maxey will go to the line. And it is 5. I think I said it was 5 before, but I guess that they didn't call the last one on him. When Embiid fouled, it was called on Tyler Kolek before that. That foul was not on Robinson. This foul was on Robinson. So now he has 5. 5:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Maxey does miss the first free throw. It's a 110-98 game. Most points in a game at the New York Knicks Stadium. I got to tell you, Allen Iverson, 47. Charles Barkley, 43. Hal Greer with 43. But Tyrese Maxey has 28 points now. Embiid is 24. And Edgecombe has 22. He'll take that. Excellent. Brunson working down the lane. Passing it over to OG Anunoby. Contact called on Adem Bona. And more free throws coming up for the New York Knicks. Oh, man. I'm mind blown, says Colonel Bernie. Me too, man. Joseph Arts is here. What's up, Joseph? What's up, Joe? How you doing, man? Shout out to you. He says, go 76ers. Joel's looking like himself before the knee injury. Again, I mean, I'll break this all down during the postgame show, but I've been very pleased with how Joel Embiid has played. He just continues to astonish me, too. He's playing so much better. And not at the MVP level, but this is what I asked for from Joel. 111-99. The free throw is good. And now it's 111 to 100. OG Anunoby goes 2 for 2 from the line that time. Here's Tyrese Maxey crossing over again over Mikal Bridges. And now he gets a switch. Jalen Brunson's on him. Let's see Maxey go to work. He does. He rolls down the lane, puts up a right-handed layup, and it twirls around the world and goes down the drain again. Maxey now with 30 points in this game. Here we go. Bridges down on the block to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson at the top of the key. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Here comes a screen set by Mitchell Robinson again. And Clarkson decides not to use it. Bona's on him. He plays really good defense. OG Anunoby goes up for a shot, and that is going to go up. They're going to call a charge. Paul George just planted a seed into the ground, and OG Anunoby gets called for an offensive foul. Paul George sacrificed his body, and his teammates give him a little standing ovation and give him a little pat on the back as well. More physical defense by the Philadelphia 76ers, and look at Paul George go. I mean, he saw OG Anunoby coming down. He said, you know what, I'm going to take the hit right here, and it most certainly worked. 113-100. Sixers again getting the ball back on offense. 4 minutes and 56 seconds left remaining in quarter number 4. They've taken the Knicks completely out of this game in the second half. It's been all Sixers. Maxey again at the logo. Gets a pick from Quentin Grimes. Can't use it, though, as Jalen Brunson does a good job guarding him. Maxey with a balance or off-balance shot on the baseline. Puts it up and puts it in. Tough off-balance shot, and yet Tyrese Maxey's still finding a way to get it to go. Towns on the drive to the basket. He knew it was good, and he knew he got fouled by Grimes as well. And he'll go to the line for one more. The foul was actually called on Adem Bona. They showed Quentin Grimes afterwards, but there's the contact by Bona. You can see it on the replay. So the and one's coming up for Karl-Anthony Towns. Oh, man. The offenses looked great. The other thing that I really have not mentioned tonight for the Philadelphia 76ers is just the boxing out. It's been so strong by VJ. It's been very strong by Joel Embiid and Paul George. They are just neutralizing everybody off the glass. 115-103. The and one is good by Cat. He does have 21 points and 14 rebounds, but don't look at the stats. The Sixers have really made him absolutely furious out there. Sixers turn it over, but OG Anunoby gives it back to Quentin Grimes. It was Anunoby who got the pick, and then Grimes picked his pocket. Did the same thing. Maxey off balance, another three. It's good. This guy's unstoppable. He had a hand in his face, and he faded away, and he shouts to the crowd. 118 to 103. Tyrese Maxey putting up an MVP-level performance again. Anunoby for a three, and that's up, and that's good. And so, 3:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers still have 4 timeouts left. The Knicks still have 3. Tyrese Maxey gets the ball over on the Sixers side, and we have a Sixers timeout taken with 3:34 to go. They have 3 minutes and 34 seconds left. We're going to take a quick step off. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. righty, we're in the fourth quarter. There's 3 minutes and 34 seconds left to go. Tyrese Maxey, what else is there to say? He's been the number one storyline of this game. I mean, the rebounding has been awesome. He has 8 rebounds in this game. The defense continues to be really strong. He also has 35 points. He is 14 for 22 shooting-wise from the field. And the 76ers have just absolutely thrived with him out there. He has been a man amongst boys in this fourth quarter and mustering up more points for the 76ers. And they needed that, really. They really needed him to go out there and shine in the fourth because the offense towards the end of the third quarter started to look a little bit stale. And then towards the very beginning of the fourth quarter, the New York Knicks were, I don't want to say like coming back in this game, but they had another little mini run. And you just needed, you started to get a little bit uncomfortable. And then Tyrese Maxey's just making ridiculous baseline jump shots in the face of Jalen Brunson. And then here comes Tower Kolek just guarding him so well. And he hits a fadeaway three. It's just ridiculous. This guy is making just such tough shots. And when you see the ball go through the hoop, it's insane. He's 6 for 9 from 3. He's so good, man. 118-106. Sixers are going to inbound it. They have Paul George back over to Tyrese Maxey on the perimeter again. Maxey being guarded by OG Anunoby. Double team comes. Maxey works around the double team. Kicks it over to Joel Embiid on the baseline. Gets it denied by Karl-Anthony Towns. He was right there. That was good defense by the Knicks. Anunoby on a drive to the basket. Lost the ball. Gets it back, though. Bounces it over to Jalen Brunson. Mikal Bridges giving it back, and a wide open three is up and good by Deuce McBride. It's now 118-109. 3 minutes left to go. Don't want to get the Knicks back in this game. That's not what you want to do. And Paul George has it for the 76ers. He's backing down Mikal Bridges. He gets a little bit of space. ISO three-pointer. Got it! That's a clutch shot by Paul George. And that puts the Sixers back up by 12. It was nothing but net on the near corner for the 76ers, and he needed that, and so did the 76ers. McBride another three, and that was out of desperation, and he got it to go. 2:33 left to go. Miles McBride stepping up off of the screen by Jalen Brunson again. So it's back to a 9-point lead for the 76ers. 2:22 left to go in the fourth quarter. And they could use another bucket here. Tyrese Maxey just trying to take his time. Double team comes, and he has to pass it to somebody. It's taken away by Karl-Anthony Towns. Here's Anunoby on the drive. It's blocked by Joel Embiid. And the shot goes back up, and it's good. They will actually call a shooting foul, though, on Joel Embiid, so don't count that bucket. And we're going to have some free throws. Embiid really took this game to the next level in the paint. Absolutely he did. But you just cannot. You cannot give the Knicks any sort of life. It's 121-112. The first free throw by OG is good. Still time left. Got to take care of the ball here. 121-113. Anunoby, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Those 2 big threes by McBride were clutch. And the next free throw is good. It's now a 7-point game. And here's Paul George on the inbound to VJ Edgecombe. They don't give it up over to Maxey. Edgecombe being guarded by McBride. Anunoby, Towns, Bridges, McBride. And Brunson out there for the New York Knicks. Here's VJ Edgecombe at the top of the key for the 76ers. Edgecombe looking to pass it off to somebody. Gives it over to Maxey. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Maxey running down the lane, putting up a layup inside. He's fouled by McBride. And Tyrese Maxey going back to the line for another pair of free throws. It's George, Embiid, Maxey, Edgecombe, and Grimes for the Philadelphia 76ers. We are now 10 subscribers away from getting to the 8,200 marker. I don't know why Maxey didn't call a timeout. I don't know why he didn't call a timeout there. It looked like he was trying to. I don't even know if he was trying to, but he was trapped. I don't know. Sixers have 2 timeouts left. Maxey's first free throw is no good. Uh-oh. Tyrese has missed a couple of free throws tonight. I didn't really want to talk about that. But at the line, he is 1 for 3. Most 30-point games this year. Tyrese Maxey is 17. He's 5th on the list. Foul shot number 2 by Maxey. That one was good. It's an 8-point lead for the 76ers. Excellent. Each team with 2 timeouts left. Brunson being heavily guarded by VJ Edgecombe. And Brunson goes up for a 2. VJ locked him up. Embiid gets the rebound. He has a double-double. 24 and 10 for Joel Embiid. And stellar defense by Edgecombe. Tyrese Maxey just milking that clock down. Here's McBride guarding him again. Maxey crossing over him. Embiid coming for help. Maxey has to pass it. He gives it over to Embiid. Embiid to Edgecombe. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Edgecombe jab step 3-point shot. It's up and it's way off the mark. Offensive rebound by George. Gives it over to Grimes in the dunker spot. He lays it up and in. Edgecombe on a steal on the other side. And we have a foul called 2. That was a bad pass by Bridges. He looked at trying to give it up to Anunoby, and VJ Edgecombe's fourth quarter defense stands strong. And another timeout by Philadelphia again. Ooh. This guy is just Mr. Fourth Quarter on defense. If I need somebody to stop, I'm calling VJ Edgecombe. Let's go. Paul George, that was a clutch offensive rebound. As soon as the Knicks start to trap Tyrese Maxey, right, Joel Embiid making really good passes and swinging the hot potato around, and Paul George is right there for the offensive board, and he's just unselfish, hands it off over to Quentin Grimes, and gets an easy layup. It's just good basketball. It's just good team basketball that they're playing. It is. 1:10 still left to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers lead it by 10. They've won every quarter except this one so far. They just called a timeout here. VJ Edgecombe got a very clutch steal off of the pass. Keep this up, and we're going to call him Dr. VJ. It's crazy, man. Oh, let's go. All right, Edgecombe ready to inbound it for the Sixers. Who's he going to try to give it up to? He has to pass it, and he does. Over to Paul George. George to Edgecombe, running down Broadway. Euro step and dunking it on home. It's a 12-point game for the 76ers. 1:26 left to go. They got to play defense, and a foul called on Philadelphia. Brunson initiated the contact. Sixers did not have a foul to give, and Jalen Brunson is going to go to the line with exactly 1 minute left. VJ Edgecombe stepping up. He actually faked Mikal Bridges on a pass. He did. It looked like he was going to pass it. Mikal Bridges got faked out there, and VJ just Euro stepped it in anyways. Oh, let's go. Brunson at the line. First foul shot. He could not get it. 126 to 114. Edgecombe, 24 points, 10 for 16 from the field. You're telling me that Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe have made 24 field goals on 38 attempts. Ridiculous. The second foul shot by Brunson, he has it. Okay. There's 55 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Sixers play hot potato. Edgecombe gets trapped. He looks to throw it and is fouled instead by Deuce McBride. And that's going to put the Sixers in the bonus, and VJ will head on over to the line. Is VJ's second life a police officer? The amount of stops that he gets. Dude, in the fourth quarter, this guy just steps up on defense. I don't know. It's like he has a second gear when it comes to just blocking passing lanes and being physical on that side of the ball. And even offensively, I mean, the amount of points that he has in the fourth quarter, he's up there for fourth quarter points. The first free throw by VJ is good. It's now 127 to 115. Sixers up by 12. Another foul shot by VJ, and another make.
Excellent.
128 to 115, 45 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Brunson on the drive to the basket, makes it. No foul called on Embiid. It's 128-117. Sixers, of course, in no particular hurry. George gets the ball intercepted, though, on the other side as Towns got the little layup to go. And we have a foul called, too. He actually didn't get the shot in. First I thought he did. The screen froze. But Towns was fouled by PG. And we're going to have some more free throws coming up. So Paul George got trapped over in the backcourt, and Towns got a steal. And Cat is going to go to the foul line for his 11th and 12th free throw attempts. He does make the first one and cuts it back to a 10-point game. And it's good. Sixers do have one timeout left. The Knicks still have two, by the way. Just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. Excellent game for the 76ers. I am so happy for them. The second free throw by Towns. He drains it. And it's now 128 to 119. Maxey gets the inbound pass. Of course, here comes the full court pressure here to Tyrese Maxey. They give it up over to George. George to Grimes in the front court set. Edgecombe to Joel Embiid, who puts the finishing touches and says goodnight to New York on the two-handed jam. 130 to 119. And the Knicks throw it away. It's Brunson who gets the steal. Quentin Grimes is just going to dribble this one out. And the Philadelphia 76ers extend their winning streak to 3 games in a row. And just absolutely destroy the New York Knicks tonight. Take care of business at a Madison Square Garden and get their 19th win of the season. Play the damn song. Let's go! Let's go, baby! This team. This team, baby. Oh, let's go, baby. That was awesome. Oh, what a great game by the Philadelphia 76ers, taking complete control of that second half. I mean, even when things got a little bit dicey, Tyrese Maxey stepped up big time, made clutch shots. Jalen Brunson cannot guard him. I mean, he just cannot. It is unbelievable to me how the Philadelphia 76ers are just hitting their stride right now. They are rolling, and they are looking like a very scary basketball team over their last 3 games. And it just seems like that the chemistry is continuing to develop. The pick-and-roll action has been unstoppable between Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. And I'm getting flashbacks of that pick-and-roll that they had that was lethal back in 2023-2024. Just the pick and roll. That's all I'm saying. Tyrese Maxey, in this game in particular, as he was getting double teamed in the first quarter, Nick Nurse made a very good adjustment and literally said to Joel Embiid, I need you to go set picks. I need you to use your body and get this guy some space. And my man was going out there, protecting Tyrese Maxey at all costs, providing a wall for him, and just giving him so much space to knock down shots. And that's the one thing that I was really happy with tonight out of Joel Embiid. You can look at the stats. You can see that he was rebounding the ball well. He was putting up points. But I'm just telling you, the amount of picks that he set for Tyrese Maxey tonight made such a huge difference. And that's not something that you're going to see on a typical box score. I thought that that was the most picks that he set this year. And for him to do that, it really contributed to this big win for the 76ers because Tyrese needed that. And if Joel can do that, if he can just provide screens, I mean, look, we talk about the Golden State Warriors, and you look at the amount of screens that Steph gets from Draymond Green, and those are just the types of things that make Draymond special. I feel like Joel Embiid is at the point in his career where we've seen him do it, but not like to this extent like he did tonight. I really hope that he can continue to do that because now that the ball is not necessarily running through him all the time as the number one option, he has more capability of doing stuff like this because he has teammates that can help him and help him soar to another level. I have a lot to get off my chest. I do want to hear your thoughts, okay? I want to hear what you guys do have to say about this game. Please comment down below. This was a fun one, man. This was an absolute great game that the 76ers put on display at MSG against a team that's 15-3 at home. Okay, so what? They're coming off of a back-to-back. We hear the excuses all the time. It doesn't matter if the 76ers play however many back-to-backs. I want that same sort of energy for the New York Knicks because that's just what it is. I said that the 76ers could absolutely pull this game out tonight. I was definitely right about that, and I'm proud to be right. We'll be right back in just a little bit. I love you guys, man. Down with the Knicks. It's beautiful. It's absolutely great. Not going to lie, VJ MVP for the defense and offense in the clutch. Yeah, we're going to break it all down. We will break it all down, and we will talk more about it. I'm excited to do so. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back in just a few moments. Go 76ers. Awesome win for them tonight, and we'll see you very, very soon.
graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on barrel out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
What an impressive effort tonight by the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, they are just putting together such an incredible brand of basketball, and it is such a joy to watch. Even if you felt like coming on into the season, no matter what your thoughts are about this team, you cannot deny that they are on a roll and that they're playing so well. The frustrating thing about the 76ers throughout this whole season was just the fact that the big three was not playing out there a lot of times. And you could just see, like, Joel Embiid, DNP, you see all that stuff on the stat sheet. Joel Embiid's not available tonight. Paul George is not available tonight, right? And it was like, well, which lineup is Tyrese Maxey going to get? And now that the big three have sort of, come together and they're just continuing the mold, it is such a joy to watch this team connect on all cylinders. We knew that if the Philadelphia 76ers were going to make a deep playoff run, and I'm not telling you right now that they're going to go to the championship, that they're going to go to the finals, but we knew that if they wanted to play deep in the playoffs, if they want to compete for a title, they were going to have Joel Embiid at about 69%, and they were going to need Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Tyrese Maxey to build off chemistry. And I really have to tell you, it did not look pretty at first, but this is what happens when you're trying to get reps. Things are going to be sloppy. Things are not going to look complete. We saw it with the Miami Heat when they had their big three with LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. They lost a lot of games. They just could not connect. And then they started to get a feel for themselves. I'm not telling you that this is LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. But I'm using that as an example. It takes time to learn each other's games. And yes, you could say, well, Tyrese has played with Joel Embiid a lot of times. Yes, but this is a different role for Tyrese Maxey now because he's taken more shots and because it's his offense. This is not Joel Embiid's offense anymore. He's not the number one option. And it's all about how can you get Tyrese Maxey open looks and how can you take the pressure off of Tyrese Maxey. And I got to tell you, I'm very happy. I'm thrilled. And I'm through the moon with how this team is playing right now. My favorite thing about this game in particular was that when things were getting very tight, when things started to get a little bit uncomfortable, Paul George stepped up. He had a big shot. He also had a nice offensive rebound, too, to give Quentin Grimes a wide-open layup in the dunker spot. It just felt like that the Philadelphia 76ers had an answer every single time. Deuce McBride was starting to heat up towards the end of that fourth quarter. Tyrese Maxey hits a nice shot, right? VJ Edgecombe comes up big. He just makes these winning defensive plays in the clutch, down the stretch. And it's not even just the defense. His explosiveness, his athleticism, I'm telling you that he just changes gears. And this guy looks like he's a veteran out there. And with the shots that he took today in the first half, this guy had hands in his face, and he was still draining shots. This guy is going to be special, and I cannot believe what I'm seeing from him as a rookie. It is absolutely astonishing, and I just continue to just be glorified with everything that he's doing. I'm in awe. I really am. I'm proud. I'm very proud of this team. The backcourt tonight for the 76ers. You're telling me that Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe combined to put up 62 points tonight. 62 points. And what did they shoot? Well, they were 10 for 18 from downtown. You'll take that any day. Tyrese Maxey had 8 rebounds in this one. He had 4 assists. He played 37 minutes. He had 2 blocks. He had 1 steal. The defense was great. VJ Edgecombe, 41 minutes, 26 points, 10 for 16 from the field. Yeah, I mean, the stats say it all, but the eye test was just incredible. Look, I'm going to get on track. I'm a little bit all over the place with my thoughts. But I'm overall very proud of the effort tonight. This is not a joke. The New York Knicks are a very good team. I had people in the pregame show telling me that the New York Knicks were going to win this game because they're a very good team at home. And while I can't dismiss the Knicks, I can't. But I really felt in my heart tonight. I did. I felt in my heart tonight that the 76ers were just going to do their job. And it just felt like to me that the chemistry between Embiid, Maxey, and George was just going to continue to thrive. And boy, it has. Paul George had a quiet but great game. This guy was very efficient. He was a silent assassin out there. He made really good passes. He had some big-time rebounds. The way that he was boxing out on guys like Mitchell Robinson at times, I'm just like, wow. Insane. He had this one block on OG Anunoby. Or not OG Anunoby. I believe it was Deuce McBride who was going to the rim. I forget who it was. But he thought that he had an open lane. And here comes Paul George out of nowhere, just rejecting his shot. And just sending it out of bounds. It was a fast break. They're putting it all together. The starters tonight had 7 blocks. Guess how many blocks the Knicks had? 2. Their defense was atrocious tonight, the New York Knicks. And you have to give credit to the Philadelphia 76ers because they were moving so fast. Tyrese Maxey was beating everybody to the punch. When they speed things up, they're scary. We talk about how in the playoffs, the game slows down. If they play this brand of basketball, that works. Joel Embiid is running up and down the court as fast as he can, and I thought, I was really scared that would hurt the Sixers. And we saw at the beginning that they were playing better without him. Yes. But now that he's had more and more games under his belt and he just continues to get back into game shape, he's keeping up with everybody, man. He's keeping up on both sides of the court. He's playing a really good defense. And he's banging with everybody down low, too. Mitchell Robinson, he posted up on him pretty good amount of times. And that was fun. Just a fun game for the Philadelphia 76ers. Just one of those games where like I thought about sitting back and relaxing. I really did. I wasn't like... Did it get a little bit uncomfortable at times? Sure it did, yes. But it never really felt like that the Sixers were going to lose this game. You know? They took the bull by the horn and just absolutely wiped away the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson was awful tonight. Gershon Yabusele was terrible. And he has not had a good year for the New York Knicks. But you can see why he played 4 minutes tonight. Karl-Anthony Towns, again, 23 points in 34 minutes. He did not have a good night, though. I know he had 14 rebounds. The stats are going to say one thing, but look at the -8. He was a -8 out there tonight. And he was just, I don't know, he got into some foul. He got a couple of bad fouls on him, too. And Joel Embiid was making him work. Embiid actually made it really tough for Karl-Anthony Towns tonight. The first quarter, what I was really impressed with in that first quarter, guys, was the fact that the Sixers out of the gate did just an incredible job with giving the ball to when Tyrese Maxey was forced to have the ball out of his hands. I thought that they swung the ball around very well and everyone was getting their touches. It seemed like, again, that not one person was dominating, and it felt like that multiple people had their runs, and people took over the game at certain moments in time. Another game where you had a very balanced shooting overall, and I have to tip my cap to Nick Nurse. I saw one comment in the chat tonight about how Jared McKeon comes on in, and Nick Nurse can't take VJ out there. VJ played 41 minutes. I mean, what else do you want this guy to do? Especially in today's NBA. This guy's playing so many minutes. You have to put in Jared McCain. You just do. You have to put him in some of the time. Quentin Grimes is getting a lot of playing time, and Tyrese Maxey is getting a lot of playing time. So Jared McCain's just going to have to get minutes. And unfortunately, when it comes to his defense, it has not been good. I actually thought overall he played a much better game than what he's been doing in the past. He made some nice threes. He had a couple of really nice passes, too, in this game, and he showed some flashes. In the fourth quarter, yes, their offense was going stale, and yes, the Knicks were attacking Jared McCain, I noticed, again. But then VJ comes back in, and Tyrese Maxey just had a couple of really nice plays. But going back to this first quarter, I really liked just the flow of the game that the Sixers played. I thought that both teams were playing really good defense out of the gates, and the Sixers were sort of playing back and forth, right? It was more of a back and forth game, but it was a grindy first 4 minutes of that first quarter. You saw both teams getting very physical with each other, making it really tough for each team to get shots. And then the 76ers and the New York Knicks, if they made a shot, they weren't getting a lot of breathing room. They really weren't. So you saw some tough twos. OG Anunoby did have a nice dunk off of a really nice pass by Mikal Bridges. And you just saw good basketball in those first 4 minutes overall. And then I thought towards the second part of that first quarter, what really put the Sixers out in front was their effort on the glass and just their energy. They had a very good energy in that first quarter from about the 7-minute marker on. They played really well in the defense. They gave up maybe a couple of wide open threes. But I'm telling you, the defense has gotten so much better. In the first, 2 weeks or more than that, I was saying that the Sixers were giving up wide open threes. You could listen to it on the calls. How many shots did I say were wide open threes that the Sixers gave up? Over these last 3 games, there have not been many. It says a lot about how bought in everybody is on both ends of the court. They are in sync right now. And you just enjoy it. You don't get ahead of yourself. You enjoy the ride. Because guess what? This team in the past has given us a lot of trauma. They've given us a lot of nightmares. And we tend to be down bad because of that. But when they give you good things, you enjoy it. And you tip your cap and you say, all right, How long is this going to last? Because I'm going to enjoy every second of it. And I feel like that's what we have to do right now as fans of this team. Jalen Brunson got fouled a lot in the first quarter. And he was going to get his points anyhow, any way that you looked at it. I thought Tyrese was guarding him a lot of the time in that first quarter, but then the Sixers made a very good adjustment, and they had VJ Edgecombe on him most of the second half, and he was just locked down defensively. But they got a lot of offensive rebounds in that first quarter, and even when the Knicks were slowing the game down, Tyrese Maxey picks up the pace, and VJ Edgecombe's running down the lane. You see kickouts to Paul George, and you see just crisp passes, quick decision-thinking plays, and good execution on shots. Nothing was forced. The Sixers, I thought, were taking their time, and they were making timely passes, and it felt like that they were playing their brand of basketball. And to me, their brand of basketball, when they're playing healthy and all together, is fast-paced, but it's tempoed, if that makes sense. I feel like that the Sixers have their own tempo that they play with, and it's not a slow pace. It's not too fast. It's not reckless. But it's like an up-tempo pace that they play at. And it's fun. The second quarter comes. Okay, it's 31-30. VJ makes this pull-up jump shot off balance with Jalen Brunson's hand in his face, I believe. And he just makes it look so easy. Then OG Anunoby comes back and makes a three. And here's what I mean by the 76ers responding. So Adem Bona misses a layup. McBride gets the rebound, and Clarkson ends up making a step-back jump shot to give the Knicks the lead. But here comes VJ Edgecombe again, off the dribble, running down over towards the Sixers side at the top of the key, steps on into a shot. No one closes out on him, wide open, gets himself a nice little three. And then Sixers couldn't get back on defense. Karl-Anthony Towns makes a layup. But the Sixers, again, just continue to respond on the other side. I liked how when Jared McCain missed his layup, but then Bona was there for the offensive rebound. He tried to tip it up and in. Unfortunately, didn't get the friendly bounce there. But that was the type of effort that I was seeing. I saw a lot of diving for loose balls. I saw not giving up on plays. Even when the shot clock was going down to 5 seconds, the 76ers maybe only had one shot clock violation. That was it. And there was a desperation three that was airballed by VJ Edgecombe. But I saw very good shot selection plays, and the shot clock was really not going down at many times. And when it did, besides the one shot clock violation, the 76ers made the right passes. They made the right plays, and that's how they won this game. It was just great execution, and it was just all effort. The Sixers wanted it more tonight. They played a clean basketball game. I'm starting to wonder now, with Andre Drummond not getting any minutes again today, is that Nick Nurse saying that Adem Bona is the backup center? Is he the backup center now, with Joel Embiid getting more reps? I don't know. Just something to sort of keep your eyes out more of, because the big lineups, they've been working. Nick Nurse's experiment with those two bigs have been awesome. And tonight, against Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns, they really couldn't get any shots off against Bona and Embiid. I don't know. With about 5 minutes to go, Tyrese Maxey came back in. And Maxey wasn't playing a lot of the second quarter at that point. And again, he's getting double teamed in the first quarter. But then here's what tends to happen. The Sixers are up 49-44, and Tyrese Maxey out of the gates. Joel Embiid comes up on the ball. He's being guarded by Mikal Bridges. Mikal's doing a good job keeping Tyrese in check for the most part. And Embiid sets a big pick for him, and Bridges can't even work past him. And Maxey gets himself a wide open mid-range J, and he knocks it down. He also had a little turnaround jumper that he made that was contested by Mikal Bridges too, and I feel like that he really started to get his flow once he made that shot too. That was a ridiculous shot that he made. And then on the next possession, Joel Embiid, out in transition, just sees Tyrese Maxey racing down the floor. Maxey's being guarded by Karl-Anthony Towns, and Maxey just lays it up and in, just whizzes on past him. What can't this guy do? How do you stop him? Now if Embiid is coming at you with a pick, and then you have a Dembona down low on the block, or Dominic Barlow down there, who's a very good rebounder, and Paul George boxing out, what do you do? What do you do? There's not much. So at halftime, you're up 66-58, and you go into the third quarter. And as a Sixers fan, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, this might be too good to be true. The Sixers come out of the gates and put up back-to-back threes from Paul George after Joel Embiid hits a fadeaway 17-foot jumper off of Karl-Anthony Towns, over Karl-Anthony Towns. And Paul George just sets the tone. ISO, three-pointer, good. Nothing but net twice in a row. And then Tyrese Maxey, with 9:35 left, sees that Jalen Brunson is going down the lane. Brunson thinks that he has a shot to go up and in. And here comes number 0. Right behind him, and says, get that you-know-what out of here. It's fun. Sixers are playing a fast-paced game in that third quarter. You're seeing Barlow make a layup. And that's followed up by VJ Edgecombe. They're toying with the Knicks. They extended the lead to 19 points, as many as 19 points in that third quarter. And then the fourth quarter comes. I actually thought that in the fourth quarter, towards the end of the third quarter, the Knicks went on a little run. Sixers can't really stop Miles McBride. He's making some shots. Karl-Anthony Towns is toying with Joel Embiid a little bit on the offensive side, getting some contact to go, providing a couple of and-one opportunities, making some layups. But then the Sixers provide a little counterpunch once it becomes a 103-94 game, and VJ Edgecombe, on the defensive side of the ball, Mikal Bridges is in the corner, and VJ is coming down on that corner. Bridges thinks again that he has a wide open shot, and here comes VJ flying out of nowhere, getting a huge block. And then Paul George is right behind him to get the little rebound there, right? And VJ is just off to the races, sprinting past everybody, going down Broadway and dunking it home. That sequence right there pretty much sucked the life out of Madison Square Garden. When you thought again that they were going to make a run, VJ Edgecombe had the response. He is a run stopper, as I like to say. This guy just picks up the pace, and as soon as you think that your opponent is going to come back in, he'll just make a play where basketball really is just about momentum, and he just sucks the life out of the gym. Another moment in time, we're down the stretch. Deuce McBride makes 2 threes in a row, It's a 121 to 114 game as Anunoby makes 2 free throws after the 2 big McBride threes. Paul George had a nice 3 in between there, and you thought that, well, the Sixers had a response, and then McBride makes another 3, and you're like, well, this game's not done yet. And then Maxey turned it over. He had a bad pass there. I don't know. He was trying to, I believe, give it up to Embiid, and then Anunoby got fouled by Joel. But then the Sixers on the other side just continued to play their game, and they didn't let their guard down. Maxey was still aggressive downhill, and look, he went 1 for 2 from the line that time. But when the Knicks started trapping Tyrese Maxey, I thought that the 76ers were really, really crisp. And the passing out of the double teams from Tyrese Maxey just continues to get better and better. You see them zipping the ball around the timeline, and the ball still finds a wide-open shooter. Edgecombe missed a wide-open 3, but here's Paul George boxing out OG Anunoby, going up for a rebound, noticing that Quentin Grimes is behind him on the left side of the lane, and he's just able to lay it up and in because nobody could box him out. They just played such good basketball, even down the stretch, when the New York Knicks thought maybe that they had a chance to try to make this a game again. The Sixers put their foot down and said no. Joel Embiid continues to look very mobile out there, and he's just getting back into his stride. I thought that he had the most post-ups I've seen in a while. I've been talking about the screens that he set all night long. That stuff is huge. Enjoy it. Enjoy the play that you're getting from this Sixers team because they're fun. Just enjoy it. Don't get ahead of yourself. Enjoy it. Embrace it. What else are people saying in the chat? That's pretty much all I have, man. That's pretty much all I got. A huge win. And another one where your big 3 goes out there, they play, and they dominate. And I'm excited to see what they do in Denver. I really am. I'm looking forward to that matchup. Jokic and Embiid, I hope Embiid plays. We all know the storylines about ducking Jokic and all that jazz. I really hope that he plays, but I'm proud. I'm very happy. All right, let me know how you guys feel down below in the comments section. Wait until Oubre gets into the groove. Wait until Oubre and Watford come back, yeah? It's not just Kelly. It's Watford, too. That's going to... The funny part is that Kelly's going to come off the bench. As he should. The Philadelphia 76ers look like that they have so much depth. It's such a shame because Joel Embiid, when he was in the prime of his career, didn't have the right talent around him. He had Tobias Harris, Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons. And as great as James Harden was during the regular season, James Harden and Joel Embiid didn't have a good series, overall series, against the Boston Celtics in Game 6 and in Game 7. But the bottom line is that Joel never had the right surrounding pieces around him when the 76ers, when he was in the prime of his career. Isn't it nice for him to actually have help? It's beautiful. It's so great. All right. Anybody else have anything that they want to say? I think that's going to wrap it up for me. I really do. I love you guys very much. Good win for the 76ers. They get their 19th win of the season. They're now 19-14. They'll be back on Monday against the Denver Nuggets. The game is going to be at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will have that covered here on Play-by-Play with JJ, of course. And hopefully they go out there and have themselves another great performance. This team is rocking. They're rolling, and they're playing really well. And by the way, sorry, I said before that it was going to be out in Denver. No, it is in Philadelphia. They're playing out at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, and that'll be a lot of fun to watch. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time is when they will play. And we'll have that game covered. All right, I will see you guys then, and go Sixers. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace out.